And live. So after making two streams, talk about different topics, I decided to go live and play another mode, continue my one life Ironman mode run. And this game that I'll be playing is one of my favorite games of all time. Stalker. Interesting enough, I thought that we don't play a game called Stalker. So it's a good game. It takes place in Pripyat, on the nuclear power plant, and it's a survival game. And I own the three base games on Steam: Stalker, Call of Pripyat, Chernobyl, Clear Sky, I think it's called. As a matter of fact, let's pull up Steam and check. So after playing the vanilla games, I started getting into modded gameplay, starting with what's it Call of Chernobyl or something like this. It was a mod I started playing. Eventually, I found the anomaly mod, downloaded it, and anomaly mod is a free to download, free to play mod. And after downloading it freely and playing it, I really like it. So it's highly customizable. They have a game mode called IRONMAN mode, and you can set it how you like it. So you can be like a cat that has not nine but five lives. So the fifth time you die, it's probably game over. The way that I have it set is one life Ironman mode, which means normally in a video game you can play, you can save your game and then reload it. So if you die mid game, you can just reload your last save and carry on where you left off in your last save game. On Ironman mode, one life Ironman mode, if I die just once, it's permanently game over. So if I play 3 hours now, save the game, end it, tomorrow I can reload it and play more, as long as I don't die. But if I die just once, it's permanently game over. So it's more realistic and more. So the thought of gang stalking, cyber stalking, which means these people are paid to harass me online in real life and hurt me in different ways, not just harassment. And I got to a point where after being like intensely harassed, when I had the chat open to you know what, I'm getting back to turn off the chat. I'm not going to deal with these cyber stalking trolls working to push my buttons. And part of it is to decrease my attractiveness because I'm a kind person. See, that's another response to that. Where someone come, Mark, you're mean. Did you ever try to be kind? Yeah, I'm a kind person to a fault. Okay. It's just people push my buttons and harass me, mess with me. I stand up to bullies. Okay. So I'm not a meanie, but some people might misjudge me because they see me being angry on streams and triggered because I'm being messed with all the time, and they think that I'm a mad, angry person or something like this. No, I'm just a guy who gets messed with all the time, and I don't take it smiling. Okay, generally. So I have enough going on in real life with gang stalking. I'm not gonna have a chat open so people can come and harass me and then push my buttons, work to push my buttons. So first things first, gotta turn off the chat here. So basically, it's like they know that it's like Mike. It's like we need to have him like crashing out and being triggered and mad to make him be like to make. Do you understand? It's like they worry about just me being who I am. I'm bored. Uh, do what I'm doing. It's like people might like to watch my stream, so they try to get me to be angry and ranting and crashing out, so I would look like a bad person and stuff like this. It's basically working to decrease my influence and manage people's perception. And I don't care too much about that, but I'm not looking to be irked all the time by having people leave negative comments in the chat. So there's actually people recruited and paid to have a job to harass me. That's part of gang stalking. I just open up my Rumble. I think it enables subscriber only chat. So I'm a target individual, which means I'm the target of a secret program that recruits people to target me in different ways, online and offline. And there's actually people that are recruited and put up to target me, harass me. And there's even Christian churches involved in gang stalking. There's a lot of churches in America that are gang stalking churches, where there's like Christians that participate in this domestic terrorism program, gang stalking. And they would know, so they personally get told to put on a red hat, drive to the supermarket, honk 3 times to drive past his house, type of stuff. And then they're harassing somebody. And yeah, whatever. And I'm not crazy, okay? I'm not crazy. I'm not paranoid schizophrenic. I'm not crazy. I'm just a person knowing the truth and want to speak it, even if people think I'm crazy. So like 99 out of 100 people hear me say I'm a gangster Tom Riddle, they're going to think I'm nuts. Maybe it's 99 out of 100. I don't care. The truth is the truth. It's like maybe 90% of people say I'm a Christian, I believe in God. Maybe it's 50% of people think I'm nuts. Okay. So you shouldn't live your life as like, oh, how will people respond? It's like you should be focused on what's right, okay? And not what people think. So here we go. We're going to open up anomaly mode. We're going to close the tabs I have going here. Open up Steam. Look at my Steam library here. Today it's April the 3rd. Local time 22/8/35. It's my Steam. And as you can see, I own all 4 games. It used to be 394. Stalker, Call of Pripyat. And then I saw that I got as a freebie, just buying the bundle, Stalker bundle. They later added enhanced edition. So I don't know if they patched it, the developers did something to change it somehow, but I saw that they added a new one, uh, enhanced edition, Clear Sky enhanced edition. So Call of Pripyat, Clear Sky, where's Shadow of Chernobyl? Might be further down. Yeah, so I own the base games on Steam. And Anomaly mod is a mod based off of those games. And I'm playing One Life IRONMAN mode. I started a UNISG run the other day and did part 1 of that. And I'm back to my LONER one. So there's different factions in the game. If you start a new game, you can pick your faction. You can play as the ecologist, LONER faction, military duty, and there's a way to unlock UNISG too. Now this gameplay footage will be carrying on my LONER run. So what's this? The deep state controls this world from behind the scenes. They control a lot of podcasters, YouTubers, pastors, influencers. They control politics, the media, music industry, so on and so forth. I'm gonna start this and reshare. Make sure I click the enable audio. Share system audio. There you go. Penguin C is one of these deep state shells. Asmongold and Hasanobi are 2 more. I count them as deep state shells. Most group is a deep state shell.
Окей, оружие за спину. Иду отсюда.
Ну, отлично. Чего так долго, а?
Да, вот ведь как грустно все выходит.
Okay.
Что, не
This
можешь
is
за столом
one of my favorite
остаться?
guns in the game. It's the PP-19
Неплохо,
Bison,
неплохо. За
rechambered to
одну
9 by
ходку
19.
две
So
ночные
originally it
звезды.
uses the 9 by 18 Russian ammo that the Makarov uses and the PMM. Now I rechambered it to 9 by 19 and I have it loaded with 9 by 19 AP ammo. And the Bison with the 9 by 19 APM, I can deal with more things on the map. Like a good universal weapon is a bullet hole. It's got 60 plus rounds in the magazine. It has a helical magazine. I think it's called helical one. So it's like a tube, much like the real one. And in 9 by 19 it holds I think 64 rounds. It's a good bullet holes. And with 9 by 19 ammo, I can deal even with armored enemies. And you have enough bullets to hit unarmored top zones. So it'd be like if there's an enemy that has, you get a gunfight and have heavy body armor, like level 4 or something like this. Maybe the head is not. So yeah, you can spray and pray with it. It's a good bullet holes.
Если так и
I
дальше
like guns
пойдет,
with a high mag
забудь
capacity,
видал
about
ваш
one set.
хваленый
Let's read
клондайк.
one. Let's look at the bottom back corner. 58, 64. Yeah, it's 64. Gonna put this here. That's my wife's donation link. Goes to my wife. We wonderful. She's a Christian, as I am. We met online on a dating site. It's about 5 years ago, 6, and got to a point where after preaching the gospel to her, she did the gospel, got saved. Then we got married, and we got married online. So I have a wife, and she's a Christian, as I am. And at this point in time, it's a long distance relationship, but it's real love, and we talk daily on video calls, messenger, and I just called the tucker in before, so I just called tonight, called the tucker in virtually. That this is We's PayPal. So I don't have a PayPal, but if people want to support, send donations to me, you can send to my last PayPal. This is Side Store. Kind of interesting armor design. So it looks like it's a soft armor vest, and then what are these like plates? I guess it could be titanium plates or something. So it looks like a vest, like a regular vest, soft board armor vest, and it has these rectangles, standard rectangles. So I guess this could be plate armor, which would make sense. You have several plates with some space in between, so you can retain mobility. Where if it would be like one plate that big, it'd be hard to move around. It will limit your mobility. But if you cut up, you have a lot of surface area covered. I guess armor could be plates on top of soft. Terrible. Just got a gas mask on. So I'm calling it's like a bandit guy. I'm calling a mission now, so I can't go outside side store. Let's see what he's got. Buy some food from him. And what I could do, I want to have one. I'll be alt tab immediately because I sent a link to Edward Trash Talker. And not impossibly show up. It's also happened a few times when I'm live streaming that the screen share stops working and I don't notice it. It just means it's happened a few times when I go live to have a video like this, live gameplay, and it's supposed to be like this, like a little box, and then saying the video game, and like me in the corner there. And it's just me sitting here playing, and I think that I'm sharing the gameplay, but there's some kind of bug that happen. Or possibly it could be user error where I forgot to click it or click the hotkey to turn off the screen share or something like that.
Подходи, сталкер.
Поговори с барменом.
It actually has a bar thing. Can buy it from a cheaper. And this. I can actually sell this to them. Flesh meat.
Если бы уроды всякие не мешались.
Ты оружие-то опусти, мужик.
Вычистили бы это самого донышка. Завалиться бы сейчас подрыхнуть. Минут так на 600.
I just hire this as a companion, like a bodyguard. So
Иди своей дорогой, сталкер.
make it to the trader.
Иди своей дорогой, сталкер.
Ты оружие-то спрячь.
Если нужно что, спрашивай у главного.
They like if you talk to them with your NPCs don't like if you talk to them with a weapon raised. So if you go up to talk to an NPC, you get a weapon raised. Sometimes they pull a gun on you. There's a key. V, I think it is. No. B, okay. The B key. You go to the low ready, it's a side ready. With this weapon. What about this one? Goes to low ready. But this one. Side. So, Loner Village, I know my way around it.
Так,
More like the back of
перепушку
my
убери
hand.
или дуй отсюда.
Raw stuff, it's like built like a maze, and despite playing this game vanilla and only mode a lot, I still didn't learn the how to find my way around here.
Что, не можешь со стволом расстаться?
There's a technician.
Привет!
Poor guy.
Бай!
It's gonna be here, I think. Well, that's the arena. Should be right here. Yes.
Отлично.
Mercenary. Yeah, sure. What happened to my companion? Follow me. See if he's got a Saiga or a Vector 12. It's a semi-automatic for a shotgun. Like this. Saiga 12S. It's a full auto pistol, APS Dutch kit. I like to reach in that number 19 too, but I can't do that here. So I bought some broad 18 ones for, which are these number 18 FMJ, AP, number 18 broad ones. Since I started to turn off the chat, there's been more noise harassment around me because they're working to sabotage my content by getting me triggered and stressed and stuff. So I've noticed that since I started going live with the chat turned off, they can't trigger me with the comments. They didn't have a chance. So they're relying more on making noises with gang stalkers in the community, in the neighborhood I live in. Like somebody slammed the door earlier when I was live on my phone in the kitchen, and now it is somebody revving the car outside. Yeah, like that. What are you gonna do? You think I'm scared of you? They say I'm not even that triggered. Okay, so where is the point? And yesterday there was somebody honking the horn when I was live. It was like the first stream after turn off the chat. I go like, haha, now you gang stalkers can't harass me in my chat anymore, cyber stalkers. I got the chat turned off. And then after saying it, the same stream is like, people honking the horn outside. And it's not like average people. The community just hate me because I'm an a-hole or something like this. There are people that have been recruited with a smear campaign to be gang stalking government agents. And they get sent to harass me in the neighborhood. So that's part of gang stalking. I do get harassed in the neighborhood, get harassed online, and people get put up to talk with me. So I'm not saying 100%, but I'd say like 90% that was a gang stalker, somebody in the community that's been put up to make that noise as noise harassment. Now, even if it wasn't, it's like I'm going to keep streaming with the chat turned off, and they're not going to be able to, they're not going to help me prove that I'm being gang stalked if they keep like making noises all the time. So I'm not joking. It's like the cyber stalk is intended to decrease my influence. It's like they know that I'm too likable and lovable if I'm live, understand, respectable. So it's like I'm a person that's likable, okay, to a lot of people. I don't try to be, but it's like I know that I'm not like a hate-worthy person. It's just it inspires hate all the time if I talk to somebody. So it's like they worry about me being too likable. They worry about me being too. Uh, the people just seeing the real me. See, they don't want people seeing the real me. They want to see only the triggered, raging, crashing out me. See, because you got a smear campaign, and Mike is an evil asshole, and that's how we justify the targeting. And they work to like keep people thinking I'm a evil person. There's like a need to control people's perception of me, and they also worried about the type of quality content I can produce. So if I have a chat open, they will send people into my chat to sabotage the content I produce live. Because if I'm in a normal mood and kind of calm and talk about stuff, they send people into my chat to push my buttons with like kitchen sinking, rage baiting attacks. Uh, and sometimes it works. Where it's like I'm in a calm mood, I'm teaching something, talk about something, making entertainment, cracking jokes. It's like somebody shows up, like Mike, you're a gay with something. It's like you are a pedo, whatever. Push my buttons. Um, you're 5'3", but whatever they do to push my buttons. Um, it's like weird. Yesterday, I had somebody come say I'm 5'3" in Maryland. I'm actually 5'11". Okay, so you walk up the wrong tree. Go to Penguin, see Greg Doucette. Like Greg Doucette might be short, but he's still not a small guy. So anyway, that's the point. Um, Yeah, so the point is this is like being a total video talk with gang stalkers, people are put up, recruited to target me. And a big part of it is like they're worried about what I can do with social media. They're worried about me reaching people. They're worried about me getting the word out. They're worried about me growing on social media and producing quality content and talk about things that the deep state don't want people to hear about. So a big part of the targeting is sending cyber stalkers to harass me in my chat, to push my buttons. Because if you look at me right now, I'm not like angry and ranting and raving, but it's like if I had a chat open, possibly I would be. Because I'll be seeing comments, people pushing my buttons. Uh, that's a point. So since they lost the ability to trigger me with cyber stalks in the chat, they've started to do more noise harassment. So yesterday, after it started yesterday, after I went, not the noise harassment, but it's like after I go, okay, I'm going live with the chat turned off. It was one of the streams I turned off the chat. I go, yeah, now you don't even have a chance to harass me. And like not long after, it's like people in the neighborhood honk the horn. So they work to get me triggered by noises. Okay, they're working to get me stressed by annoying noises. It's called noise harassment. If you don't know. And tonight I go live with the chat turned off, and they have somebody revving the car in the neighborhood. And I'd say 90% certainty it's a gang stalk, like somebody who's in the neighborhood, who's one of these people in the community that are an agent that work for this gang stalking program. And people get recruited. There's several people in this neighborhood that know are gang stalkers. The gang stalker is just a term for somebody that's flying monkey that's been recruited into a secret stalking cult that harasses and targets people. And this is a smear campaign. It's like Mike wants to eat your kids or something like this. And for the greater good, we'll keep an eye on this guy. That's what we do or something like this. That's the point. Uh, and earlier tonight, I was live in the kitchen and somebody slammed the door in this apartment complex. And there are people in this apartment complex, at least one person, they say gang stalker. 100%, as far as I'm concerned. Meaning, I'm not going to point them out of what floors for this, but there is a person in the same apartment complex, at least one, that I'm personally certain is one of these gang stalkers. They get told to do same time entry exit. Like when I leave, they get sent up and I have to leave at the same time. Or as I'm leaving, they do make noise, harass, whatever else they get told to do. And in the general neighborhood, there's more. And yeah, so I'm a gang stalk on video, and part of the talking is cyber stalking. And since they lost the ability to be able to harass me in the chat and trigger me and piss me off and stress me out, they're having to rely more on environmentals, like to make noise harassment, to use noise harassment tactics. But nonetheless, I gotta keep doing what I'm doing, and they can't really just like shut me down just by making more noise. I got earplugs. What about it? You know what? Let's check what the last. Okay, I could have brought it back right here. I clicked one button. So maybe buy one of these. Just for fun. Got low mag capacity. I believe it's good. Easy to control though. Fast reload animation. I guess what I could do is like over in what's the area called around Loner Village. Quite a lot of bandits carry low tier armor and weapons, and some of them had the PPSH, the pop-up shot, submachine gun with drum mag on it. And this pistol that I bought here uses the same ammunition as the PPSH, and some bandits have a weapon chamber in this round. So you can scavenge ammo if you firefights. You loot dead bodies. Like, oh, they have this pistol with 4 rounds of this in the mag, and you can actually use ammo pick up from dead enemies. You don't have to buy more. So I could hang on to this if I wanted to. You know what now? Yes, I'm like 90% certain, I would say, if I was a betting man, that the noise like somebody ran the engine was or somebody put up a deal by the program, like a perp in the neighborhood, a gang stalker, so called. Wouldn't be surprised. I'd say 90%. Another thing I figured out is when I do these gaming streams, is that when I take breaks, I go to the kitchen, get some coffee, or take a smoking break, or get some water or something like this. It becomes kind of dead air, so either I just leave the game as is, click pause, or I can have an instrument to make it a little more stimulating. I can buy a harmonica or a guitar. And if you double click the inventory, your character starts playing the guitar or the harmonica, which makes it a little bit more stimulating, a little bit less dead air. So if you're gonna sell something, you know, these would only. So this is chamber to 9 by 19. So I do have. You can actually do roids in this game and other drugs. In the video game. I don't do drugs in real life. I do drink whiskey. After coming off the 4 year sober, I started drinking whiskey again. But I don't do drugs. In the video game, I did some mechanic stat boost. For example, here, Hercules. Anabolic android. You can actually do roids in this game. Okay. Well, Hercules. The main component is part of anabolic android and artificial steroid. So in the video game, I can do roids and it makes it applicator more work. They're real fast acting. We're so kind of you take it and very quickly have a lot more thoughts on. Also caffeine tablets. So those are doing real life caffeine tablets, caffeine capsules. Nothing else. So it'd be pretty dangerous with this slow down. I think it's unlikely to switch to secondary because it's got very good primary weapon. So where we're going now? Here. Oh. Okay. Over here.
Сталкер, оружие за спину.
Наверняк бросают блок, я все не понимаю. Блок нафиг пролетает хоть бы. Но думаю, глюк перепил спринт.
Go fight the mercs now. Okay, this guy's done. not the time to be more effective. Just over here. Right. Wow. Up, up, up. We'll look for someone. Still coming up the check. I like to crouch as I'm doing stuff in my inventory. Makes me hard to spawn over here. Sometimes I live in the middle of a firefight where I can just kill one guy and start doing small to check his inventory. And then there's other people's shots are shooting at the same. A custom PM. Okay. Mission completed.
Отлично, помолчал. Талант. Да, и откуда такие берутся?
Yes, I gotta hang out here for a while. Go to the kitchen, go make some coffee. So, short break here. back, make some coffee, had a B complex tablet, and some water, filtered water. So I'm dealing with a toothache. And speaking of gang stalking, here's the point. Sometimes when I start talking about something, this is people are gonna think that here we go. I know that this is gonna be a hard sell. The point is this: they never want truth of gang stalking or tornadoes, but by being a target of a secret program. Harassing you is hard enough for a lot of people to believe. Um, so might as well let people know the full. And then people don't accept the truth and they have to deal with the truth. Unfortunately, now in society, a lot of people are not truth oriented. Nice point. I do believe that the dentist was put up. It's like I'm not crying about it. I'm mad about it. Uh, I do believe that the dentist that poked a hole in my tooth was put up to do it by the program. Gang stalking mirrors the Sursetson program that the German government had in the 70s and 80s. Oh, I gotta put up the Wikipedia. Sursetson. Here. Gotta show the article. So this is the Sursetson article. So if you hear the reference, the Sursetson article in my video, sometimes I talk about gang stalking, I reference Sursetson. So gang stalking that I'm talking with, it's reminiscent, it's very similar to the Sursetson program that the German Stasi had in the 70s and 80s. So here we are, this is the Sursetson article. Sursetson, psychological warfare technique. Now if you read the whole article, it must be psychological warfare. So gang stalker turned videos that I'm talking with. It's a modern global version, you could call it, of Sursetson. It's reminiscent of, it's similar to Sursetson. And targets of Sursetson receive purposely correct medical treatment. And I believe that I've had that experience myself. Which means, what is it now? Is it 4 years ago maybe? I went to a dentist and I had booked the appointment like a month in advance or so. And during the procedure, there was some conversation between the dentist and dental assistant that looked to me like directed speech, which is an inside baseball term in the TIA community. And the TIA community is saturated with fakes. It's like full of fakes. Like real TIAs are few and far in between. It's like a needle in a haystack. Out of 1,000 YouTubers claiming to be totally real and making content on GameStop, maybe you have 10 real ones. Okay. Then unfortunately, a lot of the real ones walk, talk, and quack like a duck. I mean, they've been in the fake community, being brainwashed by fake TIs, spread this info. They picked up at least one deception and believed it, which I can understand. Meaning, targets are more vulnerable to deception because a lot of targets haven't learned how to deal with stress, like ways to mitigate stress, which are things you can learn at my channel, both TS and TS alike. So you can learn about how to reduce stress, anxiety, supplementation, diet, lifestyle changes. Because I've had to learn these things myself. I've had to learn things to help me to be less affected by the target because I'm not looking to be super affected by it. And I can pass on some of these secrets to success to other TIs. And it's not like, oh, Mark, sometimes you're mad. It's like, yeah, imagine how mad I'd be if I wouldn't be doing the things I'm doing to make myself less mad. Okay. So it's the point. And that's something you can get sometimes. We talk about, if I make a video on reducing anxiety and how I learn how to reduce anxiety. And then people go, why I see you be anxious sometimes. Yeah, like some weird perfectionism. It's like, for me to make a video on how to reduce anxiety, it has to be that I never had a second of anxiety in a whole year or something for this. No, I've reduced my anxiety, which means I can teach others how to reduce it. So it's the point. I do believe that the dentist was put up to poke a hole in my tooth on purpose, meaning the program got to the dentist and instructed her to give me a tooth infection. And she just poked my teeth with Dental Pig, Dental Explorer, and poked a hole here, poked at my tooth and do the procedure. It hurts. I mean, she just don't poke it, but it's like, ow, it actually like hurt. I mean. And after coming home from that procedure, I started having a toothache in the same tooth at this region. And ever since that happened, I deal with that. And it kind of goes up and down, where it could be like 2 weeks, I'm not really feeling it, noticing anything. And it could be if I close my eyes and focus, okay, just a little bit, but it's like to where I'm not thinking about it. And then it kind of comes back and I start having a dull ache. And at this point, it's more like a pressure sensation than an ache. A little bit of an ache, but I would describe more as like a pressure sensation. Um, And I do believe that the program put up the dentist to do it on purpose. And recently, what is it, 2 weeks ago or so, it kind of flourished. It comes back with a vengeance, and I have more uh, pressure sensation, kind of toothache, and it's not really a strong pain. It's more like a pressure feeling. But I got some calling with the toothache. I have pain in my neck and like a pressure sensation in my head. So I talked to somebody I know in real life, and I said, "Can I got a toothache?" And they said, "Well, I got a pain in my neck and a pressure sensation." And they said, "You should call the dental office." I said, "You know what? Actually, maybe it's good if I do." I already had a dental checkup booked, but I called the dental clinic to go. Maybe I need to get an early appointment, like an emergency appointment. And I talked to a dental uh, a person in the dental office or whoever is taking the appointments. And I explained my symptoms. She said, I got a dull ache in my tooth and then also pain in my neck and pressure in my head. And they were asking me some questions. And I said, yeah, you should go. You should come in. Unfortunately, we're booked up. We don't have any emergency appointments uh, today or tomorrow. Possibly you could get one in another city. And she said you should also call. She recommended I call the regular hospital. Uh, so I called the 1177. In Sweden, they have a non-emergency hotline, medical consultation hotline, uh, which means you can call there and then ask. I've done that a few times where there's some issue I had. I don't feel it's like an emergency. And then I call and ask, like, here's what's going on. Should I go to get it checked out? And then I let the nurse on the phone make the decision where I go, like, yeah, you should go get it checked out. Like one time I cut my finger drunk while I was drunk and cooking. I was cutting cheese. I slipped and cut my finger with a knife. And was bleeding quite a lot. I could feel the knife hit the bone. And it was bleeding quite a lot. Not a big wound, but it was bleeding quite a lot. And I wrapped it up. And then I thought, well, how do I know there's not like cheese in there? Or I might have to get some stitch or something for this. So and I called the Normer's number and then said, yeah, I hit my finger with a knife as I was cooking. I wrapped it up. It was bleeding a little bit. Should I go get checked out? I said, yeah, you should go get checked out. And when I got it checked out, I just cleaned it out. Didn't need a stitch on it. At the point I called the non-emergency medical hotline after the dentist recommended I do. And they asked me some questions and I answered them. And they said, yeah, you should go get a checkup, medical checkup. And they wanted me to call like first thing in the morning next day. I didn't. I ended up drinking whiskey and like, you know what, I feel like I'm not doing too bad right now. I feel like I don't have to go. And I thought if I feel worse, then I'll call. So I wouldn't be surprised if I have a tooth infection up here. And it could be that it's either affecting the nerve is one feeling in my neck and head or because it's bacteria leaking. Uh, you can feel it some places. Now, what I vill se på Tarsus research see perhaps correct medical treatment. And I've had an experience where I went to a dentist and it looked to me like she was trying to give me a tooth infection, like she did on purpose. And that's not the risk jag vill ta med dem. Another thing talk about gang stalking that happened to me is after talk about being taught by people. There was the past caregiving staff, service workers that were pushing my buttons and irking me and in a way where it looked to me like they might be doing it for the program, like they be recruited to be fine my kids taught me for the program. And I'm a kind person. And it's like it sounds like I'm a weird or like a signal word, but it's like it's irresponsible people saying you're mean. I can tell the type of perception manage people. I have people provoke and harass me. It's like they want people to look at me like I'm the problem. No. If you're told of success song, it's one of the silly things if you're told with him right here. If you go everywhere and you're always the problem, everybody's messing with you, maybe you are the problem. No, maybe you're the target of gang stalking or a smear campaign by narcissists, and there's people around you consistently messing with you. So it's not always if one person has a problem, many people, they're always the problem. It can actually be that the person is a problem to evil or structures like groups and hierarchies that don't like people that can see problems and have the courage to speak up about them. I've actually been looking at a YouTube channel, a female black YouTuber who's a psychologist who makes videos about humiliation rituals, which is relevant to every tolerant video. And I can't give it like a full stamp of approval to it. I won't be surprised if I keep watching it. I actually start talking with like over talking the videos. I won't be surprised, but that's for being subscribe to the channel, watch the videos. There is nothing where I feel like she's messing with me, which unfortunately happens quite a lot. I subscribe to a YouTube channel, whatever it's about, and a lot of times I can tell they were talked to and told to start pushing my buttons on the slide in the videos. And it's not that they like sacrificing the whole channel. It's like they can have something very subtle that a target will feel messed with as they watch the video, but other people don't really notice it. There's a point, the previous caregiving firm, and how would I describe how I've been with the caregiving staff? I've been polite, gentle, kind, and friendly. And then start feeling like they're pushing my buttons. And a lot of times it's like I'm able to be long suffering and meek and maintain my composure, self control despite feeling messed with. And it kind of comes out in streaming like rants and being upset or batty raving later on. But here's the point. After feeling told by the past caregiving firm, there's also been some news, like new workers. I felt the behavior was problematic. Now, the caregiving staff. So the context of that is I'm autistic, so I live in a assisted housing. It's called. So the apartment contract is through the social service, and it's like part of the package deal is like having caregiving staff come clean with me now and then. And the past caregiving firm were felt like they were pushing my buttons in ways that looked to me like they might have been talked to by the gang stalking program recruited to start pushing my buttons and target me for the program with covert abuse tactics, psychological abuse tactics. And after I sort of whistleblow about that, I talk about it in my stream and not really like not just talking in general about I feel like the caregiving staff are talking for the program. Now it looks to me like they switched to Davo campaign, deny attack, reverse victim offender, deny or argue, so that I play the victim. And be like, oh, we worry about Mike, he's paranoid and crazy and thinks they're out to get him and messing with him. But their behavior was looking to me like they were messing with me. And it culminates with the SWAT team coming to my house and I get taken to a psych ward or 5150 equivalent. I kind of go to a psych ward and I had to be in there until I can see a doctor and talk to him. And got let out day number 2. So I didn't get diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic or a person with delusions or stuff like this. So yeah, those who say that I'm paranoid schizophrenic, I went to a psych ward, talked to psych experts and evaluated, and the medical experts didn't say that I'm paranoid schizophrenic or having delusions or anything. But apparently you're an expert, huh? They also say I'm crazy. They're talking to psychologists that have the job to diagnose people. Their opinion wasn't after talking to them, interviewing me. Like experts in check if someone's mental or not. They didn't say that I was apparent schizophrenic, anything, or having any delusions. And so, anyways, the point. And I've said it before, I said it again. One of the things I was concerned about is I might get Epstein in there, quote unquote, without being Epstein. Okay, I didn't run Epstein Island, but I take it on the same way that he later got taken out, like suicide. Like I was thinking this might be it. When I went to the psychologist, like, yeah, they might take me out, and this might be it. Uh, I wasn't like scared, I wouldn't say. I was concerned and kind of, there was some tension. I was concerned. It's like, if you're part of gang soccer, part of the state, and they have plans in every community, like they can get caregiving staff if you're a person who's having caregivers. There'd be flag markets and target you. Cab drivers, I've had cab drivers mess with me for the program. I can tell there's like they've been recruited and I'm in a cab and the cab driver will be talking for the program. Police officers, security guards, average Joes in the neighborhood. There's just all kinds of people that can be recruited to target you if you're talking video. And other target videos will know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not having like a huge audience of target videos watching me. They probably will be working hard to keep targets from finding my channel, so watch my videos. Anyway, that's the point. So I was concerned I might get taken out in there. I wasn't really scared. I'm not a fearful person. I've graduated from that. I have a big degree of fearlessness and courage. If to be like a little bit of fear on a rare occasion. Mostly fearless. And when I'm not, I had to be crazy. So I was concerned because I'm not suicidal. Okay. I mean, it's like not like, yes, I'm going to get murdered here. So I was like, well, I'm not getting murdered here. I'm not happy about that. And I did make it out alive, so that's good. Now, that's one of the risks too if you tell me that if you go to psych ward or prison or something, you might get taken out. You might take you out of the rest cell or prison, or you go to hospital, they might take you out of the hospital somehow. So, as a general rule of thumb, you have to be aware if you're tolerated that institutions can turn on you. And if you become institutionalized, it can be easier for the program to target you in different ways. So, Gang Sock is a government program. It's not rogue criminal groups doing this. It's a group of people that are part of a program targeting you, and it has state involvement, government involvement. Much like satsen. I believe with a Tuesday infection, be flaring up a little bit, which is why I went to buy a bottle of whiskey. Now, that's not a medical advice. I'm not recommending other people if you've got a toothache, go buy a bottle of whiskey. I'm just letting you know what made me feel like getting a bottle of whiskey was a toothache. I've been using it as a mouthwash and then swallow it, so I don't spit it up. It's like, I have some whiskey, and then we around my mouth, use it like mouthwash. I might use salt water, but I use the whiskey. And then swallow it. And I felt like doing that. That's not a recommendation to other people once more. So, we'll see if we have Edward Trash Talker show up at any point. I did send him the link when I went live. We're still on a short little break here. Let's look at the search sets and article on Wikipedia once more. I like to run the night line. Successor methods were designed to break down, undermine, and paralyze people behind a facade of social normality in a form of silent repression. The use of resets is well documented due to Stasi files published after the Berlin Wall fell. The exact number of victims is hard to ascertain due to the proliferation of other forms of abuse, which people also started with. The International Rehabilitation Council for Torture Victims states there are between 300 and 500,000 victims of the Stasi use of resets on direct physical torture and gross human rights violations. Considering Stetson by itself, the historian Mike Dennis estimates that in the years 1985 to 88, there were between 4.5 to 5,000 operational cases opened against different people each year. A special patch for restitution had been created for Stetson victims. So this gang stalker boy has taught me physically. Their tooth infection I've been sprayed with chemicals. It's not just psychological. What are some physical ways I've been taught to spray with chemicals? It's happened I'm outside. It's a car drives past me, spray a chemical on me. Ted Gunderson, whistleblower about gang stalker, former head Los Angeles FBI Ted Gunderson, confirmed gang stalker is real. He was whistleblower about that before he died. And he said that one of the ways you can get told is to have cars decked out with like covert devices where they could drive past you, like gas, like spray a gas, like a chemical on you. And I've had that happen. I've also been sprayed with a covert device. I was in a restaurant once as a group of persons walking stand next to my table, and like one of them holds something and had spray it on me. Like if I start itching and reacting to it. Another time I got shot in the leg with a dart gun. That's what I think it was. You can search CA dart gun. I was hit in the leg with something. I was in the supermarket, a corner store rather. A perp box passed me. Purpose inside baseball for a gang stalker, somebody working for the program, like an agent. I walked past me, hit me in the leg, still got an arm spot on my right leg from there. That could have been an assassination attempt that failed. I've been food poisoned. I've had packages intercepted and mail tampered with. There's been a number of physical targeting tactics. Now, if all they did was the psychological targeting tactics, they will still have physical effects. Like narcissistic abuse, from my research in of itself, will result in brain damage and physical problems, health problems. It's like a risk factor. Being targeted with incredibly stressful circumstance abuse of some form long term, it's a risk factor for health problems. Now, if you're targeted the way that I am, it's worse. So this is a very wicked, evil program, and the deep state control this role, and they control a lot of influencers, and I get targeted by influencers sometimes. My penguin see most critical is on these shit influencers that target me with passive aggressive or bottom pushing, and yeah. And I'm not crazy, I'm not paranoid, I'm not paranoid schizophrenic. I just speak the truth. The Stasi often used a method which was really diabolic. It was called Versetzung, and it's described in another guideline. The word is difficult to translate because it means reading biodegradation, but actually it's a quite accurate description. The goal was to destroy secret self-confidence of people, for example, by damage reputation, by organizing failures in the work, and by destroying their personal relationships. Considering this, East Germany was a very modern dictatorship, which means that any state that this goes on in is accurately described as dictatorship or tyranny. It's like a secret tyranny. So gang stalking happens in America and in Sweden, which means you have dictatorship, like a covert dictatorship, secret tyranny system, unfortunately. And it's not just because of this gang stalking in the country. There's also other things in countries that are make it tyrannical dictatorship. In America, they have a big problem with police brutality, for example. If you look at border camp footage and stuff, you got a big problem with police brutality in America. It's been normalized for that people just accept it. It's crazy, like how out of order American cops are going. And in Sweden too, but it's like more subtle, where police are more likely to abuse you psychologically a lot of times than physically, but still they can be like work to harass people and mess people up, and there's been obviously also they can like physically abuse people in different ways. But it seems to be a bigger problem in America also, despite Americans having guns. But despite Americans having guns, and in Sweden there's no municipality. We don't have states in Sweden. It's such a small country. Sweden is like maybe one American state, or not even. Maybe at this smaller state or something. Despite Americans having guns, at least in some states, you still have cops abusing citizens with bravado, which is just it's been normalized. The American police are just pulling people over and overuse of force and shooting people left and right and beating them up and things like this. And it's strange that they've been able to get away with that in a country where at least in some states citizens have guns. Okay, so guns is a preventative to tyranny. It helps to keep the government in check and keep government. But it's not that the government's going to be like the congressman go around punching people, beating them up, or it's going to be like the boots, the jackbooted, the boots on the ground is going to be cops a lot of times. If the government turns tyrannical, it'll be police, and then in some cases the military. There'll be the boots on the ground enforcer of tyranny that are actually doing bad things to citizens. So, despite the fact that Americans have guns, at least in some states you can have guns, and it's not like impossible. You still have a lot of police abuse and tyranny. And I wouldn't be surprised if in states where gun ownership is more regular, more common, like Texas, you have less police brutality. I wouldn't be surprised if I put statistics. There's just less police brutality in Texas than in New York or something like this. And in Texas, there's quite a lot of people that have guns. And in New York, it's a lot harder to get a gun permit. So, am I an area? Yeah, I'm an area. Somebody said I'm on roads the other day. I'm not on roads, but I take this as a compliment. Now, in video games, I do drugs and roids in this video game. In real life, I don't. I do drink whiskey after 4 years sober. After my 4 years sober was over, that's commitment. 4 year not a drop of alcohol, stuck to it. And about 2 weeks ago, it came to an end. And I've been drinking whiskey now since then. Now I don't do drugs. Okay. Now in the video game, as I showed before, there's like medical items. So you can have band-aids, and they got caffeine tablets, and even voids. So you can do voids in the video game, and all kinds of stuff. So only the game will. Let's get back to the game here. This guy's my companion. Kind of depressing room here. This concrete empty bookshelf, rundown couch. So, sniper nest. Unknown enemy. Let's see if we can fast travel here. Merc sniper nest. It's Easter today. I don't really celebrate Easter. I'm a Christian, but I don't believe that you have to have some Easter celebration to please God. I don't believe that it incredibly displeases God. It's similar on that topic where some Christians believe that it's evil to celebrate Christmas. Okay, I've seen that. Some people teach that as a Christian should celebrate Christmas evil. I don't believe like a Pharisee. I don't have a. To me, I don't look at Christmas as a way that I have to do that once a year to please God or something like this. But I don't believe God has a problem with me going to a Christmas party if I get invited and exchanging gifts and eating Christmas dinner with them. So there are certain things that are allowed by God, but it did not require it. I was reaching for my glasses, which I didn't have up here. So let's have my glasses here. So here we go. Oh, with a dead guy here. Maybe I looted him before. He's unlootable. I really like this game. And it could look a lot better. I have it set to graphic settings that are not the best. Okay. If I have certain graphic settings, I have great game crashes. The way I have it now, I don't have game crashes. Really. Friendly. Ecologies, yes, those are friendlies. Gonna check my PDA here. And we have a mission down here. Which is quite far. I'll go over there. There's a mini map in the top left corner. It looks like it's gonna be over here. Okay, fine. Hope I won't miss my opportunity. This high level armor that I have affords me being able to be kind of sloppy in my tactics and not as cautious in my play styles as you normally would or like in real life because I'm wearing like a tank suit. It's like level 4 body armor all over, including like a helmet and stuff. So there's been cases where I've been in a gunfight in this game. If I didn't have this suit, I'd be dead. Like someone comes out the corner, I'm sitting looting at their board, check my inventory, and I get shot like 7 times. And he's shooting at something my companion there. It's fine. Where are you? There. Going down. He's got an automatic shotgun, okay. Put it on fire. It's got a Saga 12, it's just a mag fed 12-gauge shotgun. And he's doing a good job shooting. Hope he won't die. Looks like he healed himself. What we shooting? So an advantage of shotgun, much like in real life, you have a high hit probability if you shoot it so fast. say 50 yards, even if your aim is off, you can still hit. So it's like if you have iron sights on a shotgun, let's say, and your aim with a bolt action sniper rifle, let's say, or a bolt action rifle. So if you aim here, you hit there. But if your aim will be off, like here, when you pull the trigger, you miss. But with a shotgun, even if you would aim here at 50 yards, one of the pellets might still hit in the head. So you have a higher hit probability. And at 12 gauge, loaded with buckshot, it also can put someone down quickly. You have several individual wound channels, and it hits like a ton of bricks. Like a 12 gauge buckshot shell launched at your chest, so it puts people down quickly a lot of times. Now, when people wearing bone armor, even though it's 3 bone armor, can stop buckshot, but if you aim instead on mass at 50 yards, one of the pellets might hit the head. It depends on the choke and what type of shotgun shell. This game is fairly realistic, so typically I find myself to be enjoying realism in video games. Like games are realistic, video games are realistic. And you can have this game be more or less realistic depending on the game settings. And some of the settings I have enabled make it less realistic, kind of make it a little bit easy peasier. Whereas I could change the settings to make it a little bit easier the game settings. So for example, you can change the actual AI so they're not super accurate. Now possibly it's more realistic, like the way I have it set now, where they're not like superhuman and accurate. But we could be on the normal settings, maybe have an AI guy, someone that will be like just one shot you, like suddenly you shot, boom, you just get a headshot right away. That's important. I'm playing wildlife Ironman mode, so even if I change the settings to make it less hard, normal gameplay settings, difficulty settings, it's somewhat compensated by having wildlife Ironman mode enabled, which means if I die just one time, it's probably game over after that. So here we are. Oh, did we have a game crash? Maybe I jinxed it before I talked about I'm not getting game crash anymore. Looks like we might have had one. A bit more adventure here. Not good. I had to try hitting Control Alt Delete on this one. Control Alt Delete. We might have to do like a hard reset actually, where I'm holding down the power button on my keyboard. It might be to that level here. I might have to hold down the power bar on my keyboard, turn off the computer, restart, and come back again. So if it goes black for like 2-3 minutes, you know why. I seem to have had like a really bad game crash here, so I'm gonna actually do the hard reset now. Try the Control Alt Delete. Let's try Alt F4. And I'm back. So that's a quick reset there. What time is it? 23:43. Let's take a look at the news. I doubt that we ever went to the moon. I'm a conspiracy realist. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not afraid of people. Oh, you're a conspiracy written for her. There's like a lot of people being held back because they're still worrying about how people. Unfortunately, we live in a culture of cowards, where a lot of people are held back. They're afraid Christians are held back. They're secret Christians. They're afraid to make a YouTube video talk about Christ because they're afraid of people mock them, ridicule them, pick on them. There's a lot of people who are secret closet conspiracy theorists that are worried about, yeah, they're secretly 9/11 truther, but they're worried about talking about it because they're afraid of people laughing at them and say they're crazy or thinking they're crazy. So I'm not one of those people. I'm like the average person. Unfortunately, I'm not a coward. And that's not really saying a lot about me. That's the nature. If you're a Christian, God has empowered you to not be a coward, to have courage and fearlessness. I det finns not med perfect cast out fear at tom. So I had a troll goes and Mike, you're a coward. No, you're projecting. So a lot of times what people will be saying about it is they get triggered, they see you being courageous, and they feel like a coward. It's like, oh, Mike is less cowardly, he's a courageous man. He's a lot less coward than average persons, narcissistic relation, like inversions. And it could be like Mike makes us feel like cowards, us cyber stalking haters, or slave boys like Penguin C, that are deep state shells. So we don't like that Mike is not a coward like we are. Passive aggressive sort of beta cowards, and they submit to the deep state because we're afraid of saying no to them, things like this. So, uh, a lot of times people that come to my channel and attack me, they're cyber stalkers, and then you have people just projecting that they feel that you're triggered insecure somehow. So say if you're masculine and disciplined and exercise, they'll be like, oh, Mike, you're weak or something, because that's how they feel. They see you being strong and masculine, they feel weak and effeminate. So, but Mark, you're gay or something like this. So, it's projected basically saying things about other people that is true about them. Oh, so it's a point. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Okay, I'm not ashamed to be. And I don't believe we ever went to the moon, personally. I don't believe that humanity ever set foot on the moon. I don't believe so. And personally, I don't believe we ever went to the moon. I also don't buy the official story of 9/11. Search on the way for crew member of Shortline US fighter. Let's watch that one. They're close on the apps first. Let's look at this little weak beta shell penguin scene. He get destroyed if you mess with him. He's one of these shell flancer that targets you with COVID abuse. Meaning, I start checking out his YouTube channel and he starts to do little public humiliation rituals. Even his intro got you bowing down because I've been recently talk about they poked a hole in my tooth. And it's like Saturday, I'm not joking. I understand it sounds nuts, but it's true. There's one of the ways I get targeted because I'm a target of the deep state and the deep state control shields, but a flying monkey bitch boys like Penguin C. And I start watching his videos and he starts pushing my buttons with his uh, passive aggressive beta moves. You get knocked out on the sand. This guy's a little baby man child, a little weak beta. He get. I bet on myself wrecking him. I'm a little bit triggered now. I watched his video before. He's one of these celebrities that had targeted me before. I can tell he's a shell. Even if he stopped targeting me personally, he'd still be a shell. I can tell he's a shell.
And one. It's a foul all day, baby. Now what? Coward? Got you to bite on that
Notice how he's tapping into like cyber stalkers, one for saying deep say, hey, say I'm a coward, based on my YouTube channel, and he goes, got you biting down on something. This is how they operate. This is like a public humiliation ritual, covert abuse, where it's a deep state shell that's working to push my buttons while also doing a goofy intro that might be entertaining to his mindless listeners, okay? I'm not joking.
fraudulent
He
hezzy
gets smacked. He gets so knocked out. Understand? He never be. He get. I wreck him. He's a little beta bitch boy, passive aggressive coward. They don't like that I'm a courageous man. They're projecting. There's other people projecting like, hey, this Michael coward. No, I make you feel like a coward by you see me display courage, being courageous. And this guy is a coward, like most men are. He's a coward. He's a passive aggressive coward. And he's just a coward all kinds of ways.
Jimbo. Now I'm going to the line for free throws while
So maybe he's got a woman's haircut. He's weak, effeminate. That's a little puny man, weak, effeminate. Got a woman's haircut, for some reason, and he's a deep state shell.
you go to the bench to nurse those bum ankles, weenie. Point is,
You get destroyed, little pussy bitch boy, little beta cock, little soy boy. So this guy's like 5'3" or 4 or something like this. I don't know what, why is it that baby? And he can't punch, he's not athletic. But it's like you're a little baby bitch boy. Okay, Penguin see. You didn't want to be a man, you get destroyed. Another effeminized little weak soy boy like you, low T, high estrogen. Just baby build, like look like a woman. Ariel looks like a woman. Okay. Well,
I hate
you
Pokemon
try
Scout.
acting dominant like that in the room, you wouldn't even try. All you know is being a passive aggressive coward, targeting me from a distance, like over the internet, like a deep state puppet shell boy. Like a coward.
Helpers. I think most of you know that by now. I've made who knows how many videos shooting spitballs at these pathetic, loveless worms. I can't resist the urge to hawk loogies on this community, and today I was blessed with yet another display of degeneracy.
You get knocked down on the sand, like a baby woman. You get slapped on the sand. I break your bones, I knock you out on the sand. Keep talking, barking like that chihuahua barking. I'm doing this, I'm dunking on people. No, you're a little baby, you're a little soy boy. Like Napoleon Complex talking like a chihuahua, like the classical chihuahua that barking, like, oh, I'm here dunking on the opposition, I'm doing this. You're being a passive aggressive beta, just all talking on YouTube channel. Okay. And if you're fighting people like me, it's just passive aggressive covert abuse, like a little coward. It's like you to take shots at people. If I go, you're doing this, oh, the people go, Mark's crazy, he's not doing that. And a lot of people, it's like a coward way to go after people.
See from these absolute
It's a weak beta show.
low amoebas that just cannot stop trying.
This guy's it's like, what does he have that I don't? I'm better looking, smarter, him, more athletic, more masculine. Harder, better, faster, stronger, smarter, more entertaining, more charismatic, more talented. What does this little boy have that I don't? It's just weak across the board, pathetic. It's like he's not smart, not witty, he's not entertaining, he's not that funny. Uh, he's got the personality of a brick. It's like he's just, I'm just tired and I'm just tired and boring all the time. I'm a boring, tired person, same old tired, boring stuff. Okay. I hope it didn't get us out there. It's like you don't understand. I was saying I could enjoy like keep making streams about you. But here's the point. I hope it didn't get gassed out there from a little intro where for like 10 seconds you're moving, not like a sloth. You know, like the animal, the sloth. He's like a sloth. That's his spirit animal. Like a sloth. Low energy and slow. All kinds of ways. I hope you did like get tired now after that little intro.
Trying to exploit a children's hobby for teensy tiny financial gain. It is shameful. They can only get 2. These are not collectors, these are scalpers, and that is still to them worthwhile to go in there and just break shit, cause a ruckus along the way. So I guess they were bumping and grinding on each other and their grease causing so much friction that I guess they fucking spun out like it was Mario Kart when you hit a banana peel and they started knocking shoes off the shelf, all on their warpath to
Like you
degeneracy.
destroy this guy. It's like they have to cheat. They know this. Like me ranting, raving about this guy clowning him. It's like they had to work to keep from getting views. Do you understand? It's like shadow banning going on social media platform because you know it's like if these guys, these pathetic shills like Asmongold and Penguins, he had to compete with me, they couldn't win, which is part of how I threaded the power structure, meaning that person is not controlled by them who's known but they don't want the masses to know. It's like me being a streamer, it's like they got Karis One had a clip about colonialism where they will come and capture society, and then they will elevate the most criminal antisocial people to the top. That applies to the world system, where it's like there's a pattern. It's like they get the most mediocre people and get them to be the major. Do you understand? It's like the deep state works to control the masses. Let's get this average Joe who's like effeminate and talentless, mediocre, and elevate them, get them to be one of the biggest streamers on YouTube. I'm not joking. They're like this world is control. Um, the deep state works from behind the scenes. Same as like let's have Tucker Carlson be like a conservative and Candace Owens. Understand? It's by design. It's like we need to control every community. So let's make Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens be some of the like the in the conservative community, big voices. Understand to control public discourse and control just to keep control of stuff. So you could probably tell that I'm real triggered by him. And I don't have a problem being I get triggered. I get triggered all the time. So yeah, it's personal with this guy. I don't like him. He's picked on me personally. He's a shill. So he's a shill. Work for the deep state. And I've talked about it before. It's not just what the shills do, it's what they don't do. So here's the point. I've already dunked on you, understand? I've destroyed you with all my rants about you, the commentary. I've done a real good job destroying you, understand, with the truth, not with lies. It really hurts your feelings, doesn't it? That you're effeminate, you're weak, mediocre, you're like a talentless hack. Where it's like, what is this guy's like? If it was a movie, like, why is this guy the biggest streamer? It wouldn't make sense because that's a bad writing. That's bad writing. It's like the guy's not charismatic, he's not handsome about baseline. Like what does he have that makes him like special, but that make him better than the average Joe to make him famous? Understand? It's like smarter, more charismatic, more talented average person. Is he more interesting or something? No. It's just he's a mediocre guy. So it's like his little shell bodies have to cheat because he can't win. They can't win without cheating. They have to cheat. See? It's like, oh, Mike is streaming. We had to work to keep for getting many views. And then we had to work to sabotage his streams by having harassment and noise harassment going on to sabotage the streams because we can't win playing fair.
See from these absolute
So it's like keep being delusional. I've wrecked you with my trash talk of you several times. It's just those shield bodies have to make sure that your audience don't watch my videos because they see me destroying your basically.
low amoebas that
You're pathetic and disgusting. Yeah, you're low. You're low. You want to talk about it, but you're projecting somewhere. You're a person who's like low IQ, low testosterone, low talent, low worth, low status. You're low status, but just because you saw up to the deep state and made it be big on YouTube doesn't mean you're high status. I'm a high value man than you are. The only thing you have is like a big audience because the deep state allowed and or maybe be that. Okay.
just cannot stop trying to exploit a children's hobby for teensy tiny financial gain. It is shameful. destroy things along the way. Buy up everything they
That is a bit strange, like adults collecting Pokemon cards. I'm not hating on it. It's like you can collect stamps, Pokemon cards, bottle caps, lighters, whatever. But it's a little bit of a strange culture I've seen where it's like clips of people going nuts at Pokemon card vending machines and stuff like this. It's like people going nuts about it and fighting people to get the Pokemon cards and stuff. It's a little bit of a, seems to be like I seen the Pokemon card collecting scene seem to be full of scammers and weirdos. Obviously not every person, but there's a lot of clips of Pokemon card scammers and people like fighting other people to get the Pokemon cards at the vending machine or something like this. A bit strange. It says we've lost another movement. I'm gonna check Greg Reset's channel now. We're switching influencer. I mean influencer. I'm gonna check Greg Reset. See, so in the sidebar here, I see the Greg Reset upload the video. Greg Reset upload something now and then. And I upload the video. And I can tell this about Greg Reset. Don't buy his scam testosterone, that's what I call it. He's overhyped like you wouldn't believe. You're better off spending money if you want to supplement vitamin C, and that will do more for you. You're better off investing in. You want to buy supplements, that's all good. I'm not saying don't buy supplements. Anybody saying supplements is a scammer. But testosterone is a scam as far as I'm concerned. What makes it a scam is the marketing. It's like it will do this for you, and it's not doing that. So the all legit supplements, vitamin C, vitamin D3, K2, magnesium, so on and so forth. There's a lot of supplements. Supplements is important. Supplements are important, but it's going to be like a hierarchy. And testosterone is not even going to be my top 10 supplement list. Be like, okay, you want to get healthier, stronger, fitter, healthier, improve your mental, physical health, performance. Here are some supplements you should be taking. It's going to be vitamin C, D3, K2, magnesium. And it's like, okay, that's the top 3. And if somebody's like, yeah, I start taking those, I feel better, definitely help. And they're open to trying other supplements. Yeah, ultimately, you should also be taking B complex, omega-3 fish oil. Good to take probiotics. Ashwagandha is another good supplement. Now, testosterone is not even going to be on my top 10 list. Now, to be fair with him, I did look at his website, Grier's website, after starting to do commentary on. And he does have some supplements that are legit that I take myself, like NAC, for example, NSO-cysteine, and ashwagandha. So last I checked, he did carry ashwagandha and NAC on his website. But it's strange that he's not marketing those. It's the scam testosterone. So if you want to buy supplements from Greg Reset, I recommend you to not buy the testosterone and you buy the NAC or ashwagandha instead. Now, anytime I start talking about medical stuff, I like to put up the disclaimer. This content for education purpose only does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional. There you go. Let's get to the video now. And we'll see, it's around midnight, so we'll see if Edward Trash Talker shows up at some point. Depends how long I stay live, I guess. He might. So, Edward Trash Talker has been a guest on my streams before, likes to join me. And we're talking emails in between streams. I don't know. Yeah, but before go live here, I send him a link. And it's not impossible, so we'll see.
Couples who live together stay together. Yeah, for a while, until she turns into a man. I mean, sometimes men like dating other men. We call those men gay.
We're doing
The Bible teaches us sin to begin.
a ton of
I'm
recreational
not afraid to say it.
drugs.
I'm not a Calvin like the average Christian is that's afraid to talk about Christ and make a video about it's a sin to be gay. A lot of Christians are like virtuously when they leave comment on an anonymous account in comment sections. Now willing to endure persecution or suffer for Christ. I'm not all of us saying this. I've seen other ministries talk about the same topic. Other Christians on YouTube, even pastors. So I'm not one of those people like one of the Christians in the like silent majority. There's like a coward. It's like unfortunately, there's a lot of Christian cowards that they're scared. They're coward. They're scared of take a stand. They're scared of making videos talk about Christ. They're scared to be an open Christian. It's like they're ashamed of Christ, and they're afraid of being persecuted. They're afraid of and I apparently don't have that fear. I make videos. It's a sin to be gay. A lot of Christians they will leave videos if I go to Christian YouTubers like pastors and stuff to be like, it's a sin to be gay, or Amen, Islam is a threat, or something like this, or whatever the topic is, so like strong opinion. But it's like they hide my anonymity. It's like, yeah, Amen. So, but they hide my anonymity. They don't have the balls to be like, use the name like I do, to be a person, a Christian, and my beliefs, I share them openly. It's a sin to be gay. Islam, it doesn't bring, don't go to heaven by being a Muslim or a Catholic, okay? And not through being a Buddhist. That doesn't mean I had to hate people that are Buddhist or Catholic or Muslim. I will tell you the truth that I'm a Christian. I believe you go to heaven through Jesus Christ and only Jesus Christ. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, life. No man come to the Father but by me. So, that's the point. You don't want to be like all or nothing. A lot of people are probably like, if they realize something is false, they had to turn to be 100% together. Here's the point. So yeah, I'm not afraid to take a stand and speak the truth. And what I believe for, I stand for it. So I make videos. It's a sin to be gay. Islam is not the way to heaven. Catholicism is not the way to heaven. It's a sin to be gay. There's an agenda to feminize men and masculinize women. I'm against it. And that's what I believe and I stand for it.
Coach Greg, in today's video, we've lost another one, and this time it's a female, and she's very, very young. Her name is Taylor Stefan or Steven, I'm not sure, but she's a wellness competitor, and she's decided...
Yeah, and I don't like women like this. That's not a problem in society, meaning the masculinization of women. I don't support that. It's an agenda to make women more manly in their personality and their character and way of operating. And it's an agenda to make men more womanly, less manly. And it's like, I believe women have the right to be, if they want to be like a butch, tough girl, bodybuilder, yeah, okay, I don't think you should be thrown in prison for that. But I'm not going to pretend to agree with it. It's not natural. So, God made men to be manly and women to be womanly, not the other way around. And I don't believe that it's normal for a woman to be a police officer. There's certain professions that God made men to have certain jobs. I don't believe it's normal for a woman to be a police officer or in the military like a soldier. I don't believe it's normal for a woman to be a security guard. These are male professions, the natural professions for males. I don't believe it's normal, as far as I'm concerned, a sign of mental illness. If a woman is trying to morph her body to be more masculine, it's almost like the gender. Do you understand? There's like some women that start exercising, they're trying to build their body to be more masculine, to build a body that's more natural for a man. And they're trying to change their body with exercising to be more masculine. And I'm not half gay, which means don't find it attractive, okay? So I'm attracted to feminine, woman femininity, and I have one woman, and that's who I should be attracted to. So I don't go around lusting after other women too much, but it's like generally like I'm not attracted to masculinity. There's some guys that'll tell us like they like a tough girl, something like this. Maybe you're a third gay or half or something like this. It's a sin to be gay. It's not normal. That's what the Bible teaches.
Have to be an IPV pro. And because I want to be an IPV pro, well, I realize that I have to use and abuse performance-enhancing drugs.
I've dated girls who use steroids. One in particular...
and it's like steroids. The society is set up to weaken men, effeminize men. I've talked about that before. The anti-testosterone, like the most men, the reason why it's so rare for men to be ripped with a six-pack at 36, like I am, and this is a statistic like the quote that only 1 in 20,000 men have a six-pack about 35 years old. So I mean the fitness elite, top 1%, male fitness elite. Rip with a six pack at 36. Yeah. The reason it's so rare to have guys with six packs in their 30s or 40s is because the low T up them, even in the 20s. That the average man has low T. And there's an agenda to effeminize man. From the microplastics, and even if it wasn't an agenda, if you look at the lifestyle most people have, it will have the end result of men having low T. Lower testosterone was normal. The microplastics, like all these plastic containers, the high sugar diet, the soft, the chemicals people use to wash the clothes, all these perfume scented products, countertop clean, everything else, vitamin deficiencies, lead to men having low T. So a lot of guys that get in their 40s or 50s, they get on some, they start getting on testosterone injections, HRT or T or stuff like this. A lot of guys want to get in shape. They're like fitness freaks. They get on roids. Okay, I like to have naturally high testosterone, high T naturally. There are a lot of guys get on roids, which I'm not hating on that, but I'm saying the problem is the lifestyle most people have. The physique I have is superior to the average man and attainable. There's like a guy who's 18 years old, if he finds my channel, is like a pie in the sky, like one of these rolled out influencers, be like fake natty, and give you false hope that you can get their body if you work hard. I got a superior physique, an ideal male physique, and like athletic, fit physique, and it's not like you had to get a road to get it. Okay, so uh, if you have an ideal physique, you're better shape than 99% of people. You can make videos teaching on how to get a better physique and get in better shape, obviously. So that's the point. The reason why it's hard for a lot of guys to get in shape is because you get low T. A lot lower than they should. If they would raise the testosterone levels naturally, they'll have an easier time getting in shape. If testosterone goes down, body fat goes up. So it's a point. Yeah, so there's a lot of people that get on roids, and it shouldn't be you have to get on roids to get in good shape. Now, some of these physiques that people aspire to, like the bodybuilder, Miss Olympia, bodybuilding championship stuff, that type of physique, like the pro bodybuilder type of physique, that's going to be unattainable for, I'd say, most men without taking performance enhancing supplement drugs, PEDs. It's going to be unattainable to get like a Miss Olympia bodybuilder physique without performance enhancing drugs. Now, what's even more natural, and here's the thing: it's not like if you eat a high sugar diet and attack your health with all these toxic chemical and unclean parts, just inject testosterone into yourself, like you're beating the system. No, you still hurt yourself with the sugar and the toxic chemical, still hurting your health. And then if you compensate by taking testosterone, especially if it's a high level, the side effects you can have. So I don't recommend people to get on roids. It's better if you're a young man looking to get in shape. You work to protect your natural testosterone levels, protect yourself from a decline, and work to raise your testosterone levels naturally. The ways you can do that with diet, lifestyle, supplementation changes. So if you're looking to have high T, that's good, but you should be looking to have high T naturally ultimately. And blast yourself with gear that has side effects. So guys that are like fitness influencers that blast gear, okay, it's like doing hell on roids, okay. Their side effects. They're more likely to die of a heart attack. It's like it's bad for your health. It's not good for your health. You look at and the bodybuilder, pro bodybuilder lifestyle. It's not just the testosterone. Last decision, testosterone is bad for health. It's also the diet. A lot of them are like caloric excess. See? So it's like it's for longevity, doing OMAD fast like I do, OMAD keto, low carb, fasting a lot is better for your health, your mental health, longevity. It has all kinds of benefits. Even Jordan Peterson made a video about like science-backed benefits of the keto diet or something like this on his Facebook page. Okay, so if you're like just squeezing just so many carbohydrates, not as a bodybuilders also eat unhealthy because it's like it's about the calories. Like Rich Piana with his ice creams, going part of his car go get ice cream. So he eating ice cream all the time, which used to be my favorite cheat meals. I eat a low sugar diet, less than 10 grams of sugar per day. Sugar is poison, by the way. All right, so I've been improving over time. Where it used to be, I ate a low sugar diet. The average American gets 80 plus grams of sugar per day. I get less than 8 per day, 8 grams. And it used to be I maintained a low sugar diet on a daily basis, oatmeal keto fasting, eating 1 time per day, fasting 20 plus hours, and low sugar. So eating 1 time per day, fasting 20 plus hours, and getting less than 10 grams of sugar in the one meal. And then I would afford myself, give myself every 2 weeks or so a cheat day or two, and I would pig out on ice cream or wine gums or something. And then I took it to the next level. It's been 3 months now without a cheat meal, meaning no cheat days. So like daily low sugar, extreme low sugar diet, and no cheat days anymore. I mean, there hasn't been any days where I go get ice cream or something. So it's daily low sugar and no cheat days. That's the point. A lot of bodybuilders have an unhealthy diet too. So they're blasting gear, which is non-conducive to good longevity. Being slim is if you're looking to make to 100 as a health fitness goal, you're more likely to get to 100 if you're slim, fit, but not fat. So being huge is non-conducive to good longevity. Being huge in fat or muscle, it's non-conducive to longevity. I mean, if you're looking to make it to 100, you're less likely to make the 100 if you're huge muscle, huge, or fat, huge. Okay. And a lot of these pro bodybuilders, not only blasting gear, which in and of itself, like super, they get too much testosterone, like blasting gear, is bad for your health and makes you more likely you'll die in the next decade if you're blasting gear than if you don't. And a lot of bodybuilders get heart problems. Okay, it's what gets them. Also, they're overeating, basically. Bodybuilders are overeating. So having big muscles buffers and helps you to be protected from you hurt less by sugar if you have some muscles. Okay, so that is having some muscle, you can deal with high amounts of sugar and carbohydrates. So sugar is a carbohydrate, but you can deal with carbohydrates better than if you're like a scrawny person who has like no muscle. Okay, or like a fat person is like all fat, no muscle, pretty much. Nice point. No matter what, if you're eating a high sugar diet, high carb diet, you're squeezing, like just pushing so much food into yourself, overeating. It's not good for you. It's not good for your health. So bodybuilders just overeating, and a lot of times what they will be overeating will not be healthy foods. The carbohydrates, a lot of high carb food, candy, sugary stuff and stuff. A lot of the bodybuilders don't need a healthy diet. They don't need a healthy diet. They overeat, and they overeat the wrong type of stuff.
When I met her, she had been using 25 to 50 milligrams of Anavar for 6 months straight, and she put on about 15 pounds of muscle. I was shocked. I was like, what? You're on that high of a dose? And when I looked at her everywhere, let's call it, I didn't see any side effects aside from her having gigantic muscles that were very surprising. I was thinking, at 25 to 50 milligrams of
Mike Sub versus Greg said boxing match, he will win. I bet on myself. Now this guy might be harder to knock out than average person just because he's got huge neck muscles and he's got so much muscles around his neck. So it actually helps to make it hard to knock you out. It protects your head to have like strong neck muscles. Mike Tyson used to be big on neck muscles when he was a pro boxer, but like before he retired. You do a lot of neck exercises because it helps to like buffer blows to the head. It actually does. And he also wrecked his neck by the way he was doing it. He had like a tower exercise he was doing on the floor, rolling, and he said on the Drogan podcast that wrecked his neck, he had to get surgery for it. So he's lucky he didn't have to get a fuse or something. He can't move his neck anymore. So his point.
of Anavar, for most women, they're going to have irreversible side effects. But for her,
yeah. So it's unhealthy generally to be blasting gear, understand? We're not talking about you go to a doctor here and you just say you got low T and they prescribe you, the doctor gives you something and it's kind of like low dose or something like this. compared to what their bodies are doing. But blasting gear is unhealthy for anybody. Like overdoing it, like they're doing high amounts of, because the bodybuilders and other fitness experts are not doing like prescribed by a doctor. It's like they're blasting gear. They're getting a lot of it. Okay, so like supercharged with testosterone, and it's not good for your health. It's not that it's only for women. Blasting gear is bad for you, but for men, blasting is bad for you too. I saw Rampy Jackson in a clip recently. Uh, Talked to a guy on a pod or something. This was a clip, and he said, "It's like you own the gear. I can tell something. This is like you don't be doing it. You don't need it. How old are you?" He's like at 19 or something. You don't need it at your age. You got that naturally right now. It's like you're gonna regret it later. Like you don't need to be blasting gear. It's bad for you long term. You catch up to something. It's like you don't need it. You're young enough to have the hormones high, natural stuff like this. There's the point. There's a lot of things you can do in terms of athleticism where supplementation and stuff, and it's like what you're doing, what you're not doing, where you can have your body be supercharged without voids. Okay. So here's the point. It's unhealthy to be blasting gear for people. And it's especially unhealthy for women to be supercharged by with the male sex hormone. So both women and men naturally have testosterone and estrogen. So men have estrogen and women have testosterone. But men naturally have more testosterone than women and less estrogen. And women are high in estrogen, low in T, contrasted to a male. And a male is low estrogen, or should be, and high testosterone, contrasted to a woman. So it's especially unnatural. So for an average guy, if I would get on the start blasting gear like Rich Piano and get as many milligrams of tren or whatever he was doing, testosterone per week, that would be bad for me. Okay, now getting extreme amounts of testosterone pushed into your body for a woman is even more unnatural. Even more unnatural.
She didn't have it. But
And I have an ideal physique, and I don't care if that makes you feel bad. It's like according to surveys, women find my physique most attractive. We poll women what type of physique did they pick, this or even like a little bit less muscly. Okay, it's ideal physique. Next to bodybuilders that like roided out physique. I'm not joking. Okay, we're gonna pull it up. Mike, pull it up. Ideal male physique. Here, I'm gonna show you this, and this is like really the haters really don't like this. The ideal male body type according to women survey results. And he surveyed 423 women. That's a big group. The survey. Here. Oh, most women picked the Mike SAHA physique. See, 51% voted for this. So it's not the bigger is better. See, this is like a vegan gains Greg Doucette physique here. Very strong. Strong, very strong. They're very strong. This is like a pro bodybuilder physique. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman, Greg Doucette. So it's like I can say I have a better body than they do. Understand? I have an ideal physique. So very strong. Very strong. Less women. Most women pick my physique. So I'll be right between athletic and strong, I would say. So as a matter of fact, I have a little bit more muscle than what women say is the most attractive. If you look at the silhouettes, what I voted for: skinny, athletic, strong, very strong. I would say I'm in between athletic and strong here. See, so 51% of women picked athletic, 43 picked strong, and right in between here is where I am. I'll be athletic, strong. Very strong. This would be a pro bodybuilder physique. Like Greg Doucette we see on camera here. He will have the very strong one. And there were less women picking his type of body as the most attractive than mine. So my type of physique. So notice how I'm not just a crazy narcissist who's saying something about myself that's good, just make it up. No, it's backed on a survey. So when you hear me say I got an ideal male physique, this is what type of stuff I'm basing it on. And it's ideal in other ways too, because being slim, like I am, so it's ideal from attractiveness level, which is a significant metric when it comes to what is ideal in a male, because women are attracted to the best male, the best genetics, the best look. So Do you understand? It's not like, oh, it's a deal since I want to sleep with a lot of women in nightclubs, and that's why it's a deal. No, it's like what we find attractive is a quality metric if you're gauging something, judging something. Meaning women prefer winners over losers. So say if you're a guy and you're just playing video games at home all day, being lazy, stuff yourself, and you're fat and obese, and like look like shit, you're less attractive woman than a man who's exercising and active and getting things done. And he's, do you understand it? So women find handsome men more attractive than ugly men, and handsomeness signals quality genetics, which lead to quality offspring. Do you understand? So if you're handsome, that says something about your genetics. You have quality genetics, and quality genetics lead to quality offspring. So women are attracted to handsome men more than non-handsome men. Why? Because it's better to be handsome than to be ugly. And being handsome means you have higher quality genes than someone who's not handsome. Okay. Um, and women are more attracted to a guy who's in shape than a guy who's out of shape. That doesn't mean that you have to be like a handsome, ripped with a six-pack giga chad to be able to attract a woman. But it is better to be attracted than to be non-attracted. Not all men were created equal. Some are just better than others. And I hope you watch this series because it really is irking. But yeah, it's better to be handsome and intelligent than to be ugly and dumb. It's better to be ripped with a six-pack than be fat with a one-pack. To have like the Santa Claus bill. Okay. That doesn't mean that if you're out of shape, that means that it's like you're bound to fail in life. No, but it's if you're young and looking to find a wife, you're gonna be able to attract a. It's gonna be easier to attract a quality mate if you're a quality person. Value for value, you have to be quality to attract quality. You attract to attract an attractive person. You have to have something going for yourself. So anyway, here's the point. Uh, also, women are also attracted to success. So there's different metrics. Basically, women are find strength attractive. So beauty is a power. Understand? Beauty is the power of good looks. You can Google search, look at some articles. Um, Women are attracted to things that are powers. Okay, intellect, personality, being attractive, good looking. Also, if you'd be like the fattest, ugliest person, be the CEO of a company, that will still make you more attractive than a person who's the same ugliness, physical lack of attractiveness, but it's like a bond that you know, it's not bonding anything. So, anyway, that's the point. Uh, I have an ideal male physique according to science. 51% of women picked Mike Sabor type as the most attractive one. And less people pick the Greg Doucette physique. So it's not the bigger is better, understand? So a quality metric is what women find attractive. And according to polls, most women pick my physique as the most attractive one. On top of that, so if you ever say I got an ideal male physique, top 1%, that's based on facts, understand? It's not like a thing, I'm not a narcissist, it says something about myself, I got a perfect physique, just because it makes me feel good to say it. No, it's because it's the truth, understand? So that's the point. I got an idea of my physique. If you look at this here, see, and then here, athletic. I'm not even screen sharing, so here we go. Here. So I'm right between athletic and strong. Athletic and strong. I'm right in the middle here. So most, I actually have a little bit more muscle, a little bit more muscle looking than the athletic one. Athletic, strong. I'd be like athletic forward slash strong, I would say. And most women pick that as the most attractive one. And they're very strong. They'll be great set physique or vegan gains or Arnold Schwarzenegger's prime. So don't fall for unhealthy male fitness at least either. Problem too. Young men are impressionable and they have like the skinny physique or they're fat. Okay, they have like a beer belly, man boobs, stuff like this in the 20s. And then they go on YouTube and they see voted out influencers like Liver King or Vegan Gains or Greg Doucette, Mike Israel. They think that it's like that's the ideal to aspire to. It's not because you have to be blasting gear to get that physique. And if you do, you're still less attracted to women. So it's like it's not ideal. It'll be a niche idea where a guy is like, well, my dream and my purpose in life is to be Mr. Olympia bodybuilder. And it's like he's sacrificing longevity and like joint health and everything else, I mean like bones and stuff. A lot of people, bodybuilders get surgeries done because they wreck their body lifting that heavy and doing things like that. So for a specific person, it could be ideal, but generally, it's the physique that they have. It's not ideal. Meaning to be attracted to women, the physique that I have is ideal. Okay, and in terms of longevity, meaning having that huge physique, you're less likely to live a long life. You're more likely to die. See, you're more likely to die of heart attacks and strokes if you're huge, lasting gear than if you're not. So being heavy is not conducive to good longevity. You're less likely to make it 100 years old if you're huge fat or huge muscle. You better to have a slim build. Fit, athletic, yeah, that's great, but you don't have to be huge. So don't fall for unhealthy fitness ideals. They're required to be false ideas, I would say. They're required to be blasting gear, and it's like it's not even ideal.
Shut up! She didn't have noticeable side effects. By that, I mean her voice didn't seem deep. I didn't see vocal cord changes. I didn't see the downstairs growing
Yes, you didn't get an Adam's apple.
any. She did have a lot of acne, but really, there wasn't anything visible aside from really big.
Supposedly, I've never dated a girl that does words. Okay, but supposedly, allegedly, they're supposed to like have the some part of genitals start growing if a woman is doing testosterone. She's blasting gear. Like she starts getting like a micro wiener or something like this. Like she starts growing like a certain part of female genitalia grows to be almost like a little wiener. Okay, it's kind of weird. So whatever is the point?
Muscles. And so she probably felt invincible.
I
And
remember Louis Theroux. Some of his documentaries, I've looked at them. Okay, the weird weekends, things like this. I remember an episode where he had uh, like worshippers where they have like males that are super fans of female bodybuilders. And that's he went to conventions and it's like super fans. They go to like every convention, like female bodybuilders, like worshippers, like muscle worshippers. It's like they like the woman, the goddess, and they want to take a poll and a picture with her and have signed autographs, and they really like about this hyper masculine woman, and you could analyze that a lot. It's like is that like a gateway drug to being gay or something? I don't know, but like it's like it starts with a manly woman, and then do you understand? It's not that big of a leap from like a masculine woman to a masculine man. Okay, like because masculinity is masculinity. So if you're attracted to masculinity, you're attracted to masculinity. Do you understand?
so I warned her and I said, oh my goodness, you've been on that much for 6 months. You need to hop off. You got to stop. Nope. I want to compete. I want to be an IPB pro. And so what did she do? Up the doses. Of course she did. What do you think happens? These people, they up the doses. So she decides to up the doses. I think she was using equipoise at the time. Perhaps it was 100 milligrams a week.
I've never done roids. I've never done any performance enhancing drugs, only supplements. Performance enhancing supplements. And I believe that performance enhancing supplements, if you get supplementation right, you can have like a near voids effect. I mean, I believe that if you're a person who's athletic already, if you get diet, nutrition, supplementation right, it can be almost like voids, I believe, like the effect. You get everything dialed in, like the types and amounts of supplements and your diet and everything. I believe it can make a big difference. Not like just a placebo. So I believe if you get everything dialed in, it can make a huge difference in athleticism and things like this. Uh, so yeah, it's unnatural for men to be just blasting wounds testosterone. It's even more natural for women to be doing it.
And she put on more muscle. This girl got so strong, she was deadlifting. I remember it was 426 pounds for 6 reps, and she weighed about 130. I was like, how are you so strong? It was incredible. She was squatting 3 plates easy, lots of strength, lots of muscle.
3 plates. So this is like one of these inside baseball bodybuilding terms, but they all know what 3 plates means. I guess a plate might be 45 kilos or 45 pounds or so for this. There gotta be some kind of standard, or maybe the lightest plate or so for this. I don't know. 3 plates.
Muscle. Every time I saw her, every week, I noticed changes at this point. The dose was high enough that at this point, things were changing. After the competition was over, of which I believe she had won, she said, now I want to win nationals and get my pro card. And so I said, you really need to hop off. No. Decided to again increase the doses. She upped the doses, of course, put on more muscle. I could see the mustache coming in. The voice was atrocious. She developed horrendous cystic acne. I'm talking about the kind where when you get under the squat bar, it's all pussing out and busting through the shirt and sticking everywhere. The kind when you sleep in at night, it sticks into your clothes.
Ew.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah, that's crazy. So this is, if you think about it, it's not too hard to believe that people are injecting testosterone into themselves and playing around with the hormones, that you have acne, because when you go through puberty, most people have like a face. Like you say, anybody I knew that going through puberty, you start having a lot of acne. Like 14, 15 years old, you start breaking out with acne because there's hormonal changes, and somehow the hormonal changes lead to acne. On the back and in the face, like the cheeks a lot of times. So I was having a lot of acne when I was going through puberty, like all over my face, on the back and on the face. So it's like what happens in puberty, there's hormonal changes where you get more testosterone as a male, and correlating apparently with more testosterone in a male is acne. So you have a lot of testosterone in your bloodstream. You have more testosterone, there's more acne. There's gonna be a no, it's not like you can have acne with low T too. You eat a high sugar diet, it gives you acne and low T. See? Like the worst of both worlds. It gives you low T and acne. So it's like these people who do voice, they have high testosterone and they get acne because of it. And then there's people are eating high sugar diet and they have acne with low T. So it's like these things that give you acne, they're not hormonal, like your clothes, I guess your pores being clogged, possibly using makeup. Like women, you overusing makeup, you clog your pores, it kind of shuts things in there. The irritants, there's all kinds of bad stuff in makeup. Okay, and you put that on your skin, you can be irritated in the skin, which can lead to breakouts, and it could be the beauty products are clogging up the pores, and it's clogged up with, it's like chemical toxins, there are irritants or heavy metals or whatever, then it gives you acne. So the things that give you acne, they are not hormonal, like exposure to chemicals and other things. So yeah, is it commonly correlated with high testosterone is acne. So when you're a young man, you go through puberty, you start having acne, you have more testosterone, you have more acne. I don't understand exactly like how it works. It's like if it's high testosterone makes you have more of this skin oil produced or whatever it is, but for some reason you have more testosterone or you have more acne generally.
She eventually was taken by ambulance to the hospital, had dialysis, and so on. It's a true story. I don't make.
And that's another, like I talked about before. A lot of bodybuilders are overeating and they're kind of supercharged on carbohydrates and sugar and stuff to carb load it. Well, it's kind of like they look at like caloric excess and get a lot of carbohydrates and stuff and end up eating sugary stuff a lot of time. Here's the point. Eating high carb diet, eating a lot, you have the blood sugar fluctuation. So a lot of bodybuilders are more likely to get diabetes, type 1, type 2 diabetes too. Rich Piana had diabetes and he died. So the bodybuilder physique and diet, like the typical bodybuilder physique and diet, is not healthy. It's not good for your health. I'm not hating on people who be bodybuilders. Like Greg said, these people, it's like that's what they want to do with themselves. They can. I mean, if people want to get a face tat, it's like okay, I'm gonna be well. This I don't think this good idea. But I people, for individual people should have the right to choose what their physique should be. Now, I don't believe that children should be able to change their sex at 12 and be like, hey, daddy, I'm a woman on the inside. I want to get a sex change. I'm not for that, okay? I believe that human adults should be able to get tattoos, piercings, or not. Doesn't mean I had to be agreeing with that style for me to be for people to have it. So if people want to be bodybuilders, okay, eat your heart out, have a good time. But it's not ideal, so...
I'll make this shit up. When she
want to be bodybuilders, they can be bodybuilders, but the Greg Reset, Vegan Gains, Miss Olympia, pro bodybuilding physique, it's not ideal for longevity. It's not ideal for health. Now, if I had to pick between being huge and fat and huge bodybuilding muscles, I'd probably pick the huge bodybuilding muscle build over like huge and fat.
she initially started with that
Well, the ultimate choice is the one that I have.
Var, she felt, I'm not slowly turning into a man. And technically, she actually was. When she first started, she competed in bikini. I'd seen her. She was a very attractive woman. Bikini competitor. But then, the next...
Also, I think if the blasting voids, I think the boobs shrink too. I've noticed a lot of times female athletes, it's like the boobs shrink for some reason. And some of the effect can be the contrast, meaning everything else grows, so by contrast in scale, the boobs look smaller. Okay, so if you have like a petite woman and she gets huge, that grows her whole physique, in contrast, the boobs being the same size might appear smaller by scale to like the whole physique, okay? Now, it does seem that if the female combat is, it makes the boob shrink. Also, it's like males. If you look at a pro bodybuilder, what affects it looks like they got really small wieners. Understand? Look like they got really small wieners, and I don't believe that blasting roads make you get a small wiener silly. Possibly your testicles can shrink because it. Okay, but the thing is, they're so huge. Everything's upscaled. So it's like the dick stay, even if the dick stays the same size and the balls, if everything else gets huge, it looks small in comparison.
Next time I saw her, she was still attractive, but she had a lot more muscle and I do believe was slowly transitioning to a man. Perhaps she was still 90% female. 10% more manly. Perhaps her voice was a little bit deeper. I couldn't.
Yeah, that's not natural. I think that's weird and strange. Women that get on roads and want more masculine, even women that are not on roads but exercise to get more manly physiques. That's strange and weird to me. I don't support that. I don't like it.
But she was slowly transitioning. And once she upped those doses, once she added in various other compounds, they really started to change. What this woman is doing is she's following a similar path. And her drug of choice, is it Osterine? Is it Anavar? Is it Primo? No, it's NPP. And what is NPP? Well, it's fast-acting DECA. You've probably heard of Decadurabolin, and it comes in a short form as well as a long. And she decided to use a short, fast-acting ester just for fun NPC wellness. Your boyfriend goes from benching 315 to being your cheerleader when no one's around. What often happens is women, they get with men. Men are obviously going to be more likely to be using steroids. And so, of course, he's using steroids. And so what happens? Well, the woman kind of lives vicariously through the man, or she gets interested in this kind of sport because of the man. And so she ends up taking steroids oftentimes because of the man. She's flexing her glutes and her quads. She's doing her thing. She's showing off to her boyfriend. A boyfriend, of course, is loving this. And so they're feeding off of each other. You know, one person decides to do steroids. The other one is more likely to do it. Remember, you are like your 5 closest friends. And so if your boyfriend...
Yeah, you should be careful who you spend a lot of time with. You hang out with losers too much, you become a loser. You hang out with... Who you spend time with, it affects you.
Or girlfriends or friends at the gym are using steroids, you're much more likely to do it.
We were doing a ton of recreational drugs. 10 grand a month on partying, and our relationship was not healthy. And neither were we as individuals.
Bodybuilding is a solo.
For example, I had a full year sober. I didn't drink alcohol for a full year until I started to do it again recently. 1 year now, drop alcohol. And I had discipline where it's like I didn't. But it's a point, if I would start hanging out with people, go to people's houses, they'd be like hanging out with alcoholics. Like every time, if I would start finding some friend, they see to start hanging out with them, and they would end up being alcoholic. Like every time I show up, they put like a bottle of whiskey on the coffee table, and they pour it up and offer it to you or something. So just there, you're more likely to end up drinking in an environment like that. If you hang out with people who are getting drunk all the time, you're more likely to get drunk. Now, the whole year sober, I was seeing ads for alcohol all the time, watching movies where people drinking alcohol, seeing videos of people talk about drinking and stuff. And it was like I end up doing it because I hear or see other people do it, or alcohol commercials. But it's like if you're hanging out in an environment where people are getting drunk, that is especially more likely to get drunk.
Sport. Couples who live together.
That's why if you're looking to not do something, set yourself up for success, which means I don't have a bag of candy in the cupboard when I'm looking to eat a low sugar diet and not have cheat days. I don't have like a candy stored away somewhere in my house because it's setting itself up for failure. It could be like one day you're in a certain mood or you're sleep deprived or something where it's like if you see it around, what the heck, have some candy or something like this. If there's something you're trying to quit this way so you can set yourself up for success. You should be strong enough to resist temptation, but you shouldn't build your life to where you're constantly faced with high level temptation you're needing to resist all the time. It's better to have an environment where you're not constantly tempted by the thing you're looking to not do. For example, if you're trying to go no fap and be a person who stops masturbating between to read porn, which I've stopped, you don't go and like watch porn and don't masturbate or something like this. You don't watch porn, and that helps you to not masturbate all the time. So if you're looking to not masturbate all the time, you don't go watch porn all the time. So there's gonna be things that help you to set yourself for success, obviously.
Stay together. Yeah, for a while until she turns into a man. I mean, sometimes men like dating other men.
I do count where they're set as a shill. There's like Penguin C.
Call those men gay, but what happens is if you're dating a woman who looks like a woman and she decides to take, I don't know, NPP, she slowly turns into a man. Now, at first, she looks better. The glutes get bigger, the quads get bigger. She's putting on muscle and you're loving it. Then slowly, week by week, month by month, year by year, she's slowly turning to that of a man. You might think, yeah, but I didn't really notice it the first time. And so then you up the doses. It doesn't happen all at once. It's not like on one day you're natural and then a week later you're talking like, go David! Wishing I could just use a cheat code for a big ass and juicy legs. I hit legs 4 times a week instead. And so that's training legs too much, but you are using a cheat code. You're literally using NPP. You're going to build muscle probably 10 times faster than normal. It starts with perhaps Austrian, then it becomes Anavar, then it becomes Rad 140, then it becomes Primo, then it's...
I'd say this woman is highly unattractive in her body and her face. And she's less attractive now due to her lasting PEDs and mustering up that much. So she was most likely more attractive before.
It's NPP, then all of a sudden you're doing test and trend. Day 3 on NPP. Follow the journey to Wellness Pro. NPP is not for women. I'm sorry, you might have a coach that thinks it's okay. That coach is going to say, well, it's safer than using testosterone. It's less androgenic. It's not going to turn you to a man quite as much as 10 milligrams. And so if you don't think that 420 milligrams is a lot, I'm doing 140 milligrams of testosterone a week. The net equivalent of what she's doing is actually 3 times more than a hefty dose of testosterone. And so if you don't think that's going to make changes, then I got news for you. She's going to turn into a man. And so we see a comment, there's no need for a woman to take NPP at all, of which he's 100% correct. And so he's giving solid advice. A coach sees a woman who's using steroids. To me, it would be similar to, let's say you saw a 16-year-old using steroids, and you're thinking, this is a mistake. There's no need for a 16-year-old boy to be using steroids. There's no need for, let's say, a 21-year-old woman to be using steroids. There's no need for any woman to be using steroids unless it's, of course, a prescription medication by your doctor. Because if you're not, well, unless you're trying to slowly transition into that of a man, of which is your choice. I mean, if she's a woman and she wants to identify as a man, she wants to become a man, then, well, this is going to help her do that. But if you don't want to turn into a man, you shouldn't be doing this. That advice is into a man. Her response is, I'm not a doctor, not recommending you to take Ostrine, but I am recommending you stop taking NPP and you take something with lower side effects. I mean, you don't have to listen to me, but I am an IPB pro and I have coached thousands of athletes and I've seen the side effects that these steroids actually do. Somebody's response to me is this. Oh, come on. Of all people, you're the one saying this. Of all people.
Of all people, yeah, he's not a woman. So, of all people. So, the point is, there's no reason for a woman to be taking this testosterone, fast-acting testosterone supplement, or whatever it is. There's no reason for a woman to be taking it. Okay. And then someone goes, of all people, you'd want to. So this enhanced male athletes, so like male sex hormones, not designed for women, especially. So there's already bad for men to be getting a lot of the male sex hormone testosterone too much, injecting, forcing huge amounts of testosterone into themselves. But it's even more unnatural and worse for a woman because women have lower testosterone naturally than men, and their body's not designed, especially not designed for super high T. A man's body is more natural to have testosterone. So, well, whatever. Yeah, it's especially not good for a woman to have high T. And fuck the little beta bitch, penguin bitch boy, penguin C. That I'm a scared coward pussy bitch boy. I gotta keep smacking around pussy bitch. What I gotta do about it, pussy? And you better believe, just because your shield bodies are like hiding you, that the weak bitch you are like hiding my videos. Keep making, maybe get a kick. There's gotta be a platform I can really blow up based on making commentary on people like you, understand? Negative drama commentary on trash talking people like you. That can blow up based off of that little bitch boy, understand? You say, oh, YouTube, my shield bodies are hiding your video. Yeah, bitch. Got a TikTok, bitch. I don't even feel like I need to make videos about it, but it's like me trash talking you is something that can help you get views, okay? Little bitch. So, anyways, the point. Penguin C, bitch boy, beta, Penguin C, and Asmongold, these are the fucking losers. Weak little fucking beta punks. Shield bitches. What I really don't like is the deep state shields. I can tell. If you're too dumb to tell, that's not my fault, okay? First, I gotta get blocked. Somebody said sub brown teeth schizoid. I'm not schizoid, okay? You get your teeth knocked out talking to me, man, like that in the room. But you're a scared coward. So you are a fucking coward. Me, I'm here, see. Mike Saha, this is my face. I'm not a little pussy coward like you, bitch boy. Little beta bitch. You get your teeth fucking knocked right out, talk like that to women in the flesh, pussy boy. Sup, brown teeth schizoid. You wouldn't say that in the room, pussy, and you know it. You don't even have the courage to be talking shit to me over the internet without hiding who you are, see? Do you understand? It's like, it's not, that, do you understand? You don't even have the courage to talk shit to me. Not in the room is not enough to be talking shit like a keyboard warrior. To be like talking shit over the internet is not enough. You have to talk shit over the internet behind an anonymous account, see? That's how weak you are. So it's like, stop act like you would be talk like this. Look at my teeth, bitch. I'm not insecure. Look at my teeth. I'm not insecure. I'm not like you. I don't have insecurities like you about my looks. I got all my teeth, pussy. Okay. And you know what? I'm not schizoid. I got taken to a psych ward, sworn, and I've gone to psych ward, talked to psychologists to have a job, the experts in mental health, and diagnosed as schizophrenics and everything. No mental health problems, see? So, yeah, that's my teeth, bitch. Okay, and I'm not insecure about it. You just don't like that I'm a handsome man. See, just like this weird thing where people are like Mike is handsomer than everybody. Okay, like all of us haters. He's handsome, so it's like we had to hyper focus on one detail of his looks that we think is bad. Well, it's not really that bad. See, I got all my teeth, bitch. Just slight discoloration because I drink a lot of coffee and smoke cigarettes. Okay, so it's like deal with it. We'll talk about somebody's teeth. Go talk about Asmongold's teeth. Little bitch Asmongold drinking so much sugar his teeth fucking rolled it out. Okay, so I'm supposed to be like, oh, care about to talk about my teeth, pussy. Sup, brown teeth schizoid. Sup, beta coward bitch that's insecure and inferior to me. A little coward. You don't have the balls to talk shit on you. It's like, do you understand? I'm not a coward like you, and I'm more attractive than you. Despite, if I had all black teeth, I would be more attractive than you still, and then people like you. I don't care, understand? So, brown teeth, so what? Yeah, look at my teeth, bitch. I'm not insecure about it. I got good teeth. My wife is an attractive woman, a more attractive female than you could ever get. She doesn't have a problem with my teeth. I said, hey, you like my teeth? She goes, yeah, it's not bad. So it's like, I'm not looking to kiss you. So if you think my teeth are brown, I don't give a shit, understand? Here's the point. Schizo, I'm not schizo either. Okay. I'm not schizoid. I actually got evaluated by psychologists, by medical professionals, and they didn't say that I'm a schizophrenic. See, they didn't say I'm schizoid. They didn't say I have bipolar or paranoid schizophrenia or anything. They just confirmed, yeah, guys got autism. Okay, I'm got Asperger's. I'm not schizoid. So you can shut the punk beta bitch coward mouth and go running your mouth somewhere else. And you try to talk like that in real life and get your teeth knocked out, quite possibly. Coward. You don't like how attractive I am, do you? You don't like that there's power in being as attractive as I am. That it makes me more influential than people at Penn will see. Just that I look better than he does. Okay. But you don't like that I'm more attractive than you and you're fucking loose about this. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm good looking and I'm not insecure about my teeth. You're so pathetic, little beta bitch. So brown teeth, that little coward booby on the side. Go fuck yourself. Okay. And you didn't win. I was already ranting rain before I checked the comments. It's not like I was calm and in a good mood until I saw you, and now I started like getting aggro. I was in aggro mode before I saw your comment, bitch. Okay. Sup, brown tooth good sword. Sup, beta bitch. You get knocked out. You get your teeth knocked out. Talk that possibly. You get your overboard broken, your teeth knocked out. You get slapped and humiliated publicly. You would talk like that to me anytime I'm in public live streams. You get your ass beat on camera if you talk like that. And if I would get the physical with you, get destroyed. I said, I fucking end you, bitch. Little beta bitch. Okay. So it's like whatever is the point. I mean, if you would attack me in public, I fucking sleep you, understand? If I needed to. So it's the point. Most likely a little weak beta. You're a coward, okay? It's like, oh, I'm a little internet hater. Yeah, because you don't like me being better than you. You don't like me being better than you. David Goggins says, haters on the internet, trolls and haters on the internet, constantly people don't want to see being better than them. So it's like, you don't have the power to make me feel bad about myself. I talk about my teeth, okay? Maybe switch up, talk about the mustache or something like this. Okay. Yeah, it's my teeth. They got them better. My teeth have gotten less this color. Okay. Found a different toothpaste. And I like everything about me. I like my body. I don't have insecurities about my teeth. I have all my teeth. Despite this color, still more attractive than 90% of males. With my brown teeth. Okay. And they're not even that brown. It's like they're slightly discolored. See? So I'm not a schizoid. Okay. I'm not a schizo. But it's a desperate attempt because they worry about me waking people up and go on social media to discredit me as a schizophrenic, okay, and a paranoid person and crazy. But that's not how it is. That's not the truth. So keep being whiny, crying, weak little pathetic cowards on the internet. See, Mike's eyes here have the courage to show his face and use his real name on the internet and let people know what cities they live. That proves courage. See, so it's like it's easy to talk like being an honest coward. I'm not scared. You're a fucking coward, understand? If I say I'm not a coward, there's proof of that. See, you don't judge people what they're saying. Talk is cheap, but if their actions correlate or congruent with the words. So if I say I'm a courageous man, not a coward, that's proven by how I live my life. That most people are scared of being dogs on the internet. People finding out who they are in real life. Meaning internet people, they're scared of somebody dogs them. Like this guy lives in this city. That's one of the average person's biggest fears. Whereas me, I'm Mike Sal, living in Sweden, and I live stream myself, walk from my apartment downtown and back again. So apparently I'm not worried about. Do you understand? But you're a fucking coward, understand? You're a fucking weak, pathetic, beta bitch coward. A scared little coward. They will never talk shit to me in real life. You have to have anonymity to talk shit in my chat, understand? You're a scared coward. You're a filthy coward. What proves you're a coward? You don't talk shit to me by showing who you are and where you live, understand? You're scared of talking shit to people on the internet because you're scared of consequences to being an asshole online, understand? So, I'm not a schizoid. I got evaluated at a psych hospital by psychologists. There are medical experts. There are the ones that, do you understand? Like I went to a psych ward for an evaluation. Going to a psych ward doesn't prove you're crazy, okay? But I got sworn up in a psych ward and evaluated, and they didn't say I'm schizophrenic. The people that actually have the DSM-4, 5, whatever, and work with people who actually have schizophrenia and are trained to detect it and stuff, they didn't say I'm a schizophrenic, or anything else. There were no mental health problems they said I had, not bipolar, no they said we suspect you might be bipolar or anything. They didn't say like we think you might be schizophrenic, but we're not sure, you need to come see us of it. No. It's like they just, yeah, a guy is diagnosed as Asperger's and studying his behavior looks like he's got Asperger's, yeah. But it's like there's no diagnosis. So no, I'm not a paranoid schizophrenic, but the deep state power leads need people to believe that. They need to desperately work to make people think that I'm crazy and paranoid or schizophrenic because they're afraid of the masses waking up by me speaking the truth. They're afraid of people waking up to things I talk about. If you're a conspiracy theorist for real and you know truth that you don't want the mass to know, that can make you dangerous to them. And if you're a total video, they're not looking to have you go on social media. And if you reach people with the truth, for example, gang stalk is one of the things I talk about. They don't like people hear about. They want to discredit you. So no, I'm not a schizoid. I'm not paranoid schizophrenic, and I'm attractive. I don't have super white teeth, but I'm not insecure. I'm more attractive than 90% of men. And I have all my teeth, and I'm not insecure about my teeth, bitch. But you keep talking like that, you might get your teeth knocked out, pussy. The funny thing is, this guy is more mental than I am. I'm sane, but that people who act like this, they're like harassing others anonymous on the internet, attacking people, bullying. That's a sign of mental illness. See? So it's like people that are bullies online, they pick on other people, they show up in chat attacking people. That shows mental illness. Okay? So you're mentally ill and a piece of shit. So go fuck yourself. Okay? And I enjoy how you psychopaths and narcissists are getting desperate. I really enjoy the desperation. But I can tell it's like, Mike, turn off the chat. We have to start making noise harassment in the neighborhood. Yeah, you're desperate because you're weak, understand? That's why I got to team up and be a group of Freemasons and stuff. And because you're fucking weak and pathetic, understand? The deeps are fucking weak and pathetic, disgusting freaks, understand? And so it's like, yeah, little flammer, you get desperate. Okay, just watch instead. Watch. What I said the last time, don't watch, understand? I'm gonna keep having an effect. I'm gonna keep making an impact. I'm gonna keep making a difference. And you can keep on whining beta bitch bullshit going, understand? Your desperate attempts to sabotage me. I gotta keep having an effect. No matter what you do. As a matter of fact, despite the targeting, I've just had more success. And some of the most popular content is my living rants where I get triggered and crash out, understand? So it's not even like, oh, they get me mad and they win or something like this. It's just pathetic. I like that. Oh, okay. Back to watching the video.
Aside from God himself, who do you think you should be listening to? If you follow God, you listen to God, follow God. But if you don't, your next best thing. You don't need 42 milligrams of NPP a week to compete in wellness. You're going to get side effects. And when you get older, maybe not next year, maybe not the year after, 5 years probably, you're going to think, I wish to God that I had listened to Coach Greg. Just do 5 to 10 milligrams of Primo twice a week, LOL, and start there. Are you in prep? Well, she doesn't want to do 5 to 10 milligrams of Primo twice a week, which would be 10 to 20 milligrams, because that wouldn't give her as many gains as the NPP. It's not strong enough. Now, is 5 to 10 twice a week safer Primo than the Deca cycle she's doing? Absolutely. But she probably thinks it's not enough. 10 milligrams of Primo a week is pointless. She ran 10 milligrams of Primo a day on prep. If you can't build muscle on 10 milligrams of Primo a day while on prep, you're not cut out for the sport. Now, does that mean you can't just up the doses and take test and trend? Of course you can. I'm not saying that she doesn't have potential to be a pro, but I am saying if she does become a pro, she will become a man. She can be a pro or she could be a woman. If she becomes...
Another celebrity that has told me passive aggressiveness after I started checking out his Instagram is Josh Brolin, actually. I'm not joking. That's part I get targeted. Influencers and YouTubers. A lot of times I'm not talking video, like Need the Matrix, the guy living with the glasses. I'm talking the deep state. And one way I get targeted, and oh, Mike, you're scared. Oh, I'm so scared of that. Same old tired stuff. Either Mike is on meth, see. Mike is speaking the truth about what's happening in the world and in his life. He's on meth, he's a schizo, gotta work to manipulate people to think he's great. I don't give a shit. Truth is the truth. Fuck Josh Brolin, okay? You're a fucking asshole, understand? He's not a passive little beta coward. You don't like real men that didn't submit, that is not working for the pedophiles that control the from behind the scenes. Okay? You're a fucking asshole, understand? You're a fucking asshole. The deep state controls Hollywood. Let's look at this bitch here. Treating people right. Oh, because Mike SAHA started uploading, Mike SAHA started check out his Instagram. So you gotta be passive aggressive, okay? The day after, people in my chat say, Mike, you're an asshole, you're not a kind person. And I go, this is button pushing. And I go, no, that's not the truth. It's just people come and harass me, it makes me mad. It doesn't mean that I'm an asshole. Little passive aggressive beta bitch. You're a fucking asshole. You're a fucking piece of shit. Deep state Illuminati control Hollywood. Little coward. Passive aggressive cowards. Passive aggressive cowards. Oh, people are mad because Mike SAHA didn't get the COVID jab and they did. Okay, why are you mad about me? If it was the right choice, why are you mad because I didn't get the COVID jab? What are you mad about? Mike SAHA didn't get the COVID jab. And you did. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I'm a schizo. I'm the type of schizo that is like, oh, I didn't want to take the COVID jab. Okay. Yeah. Mike's a schizo because he knows the truth, not afraid to speak it. And Mike is a real man, a dominant alpha male. He's not a passive aggressive beta coward. I'm an overt aggressive person. If I'm mad at somebody, I want to fight. I go, fuck Josh Brolin, he's been fucking with me, see? It's not like some people are actors. suck or something. Do you understand? Because that's a weak bitch move, understand? That's a coward, a wicked coward. People are talking about passive aggressiveness. So I'm not joking. Treating people right is better than positive virtue only in practice. Yeah, I posted a verse about resisting temptation. Okay. And nobody liked it. So he says pushing my buttons. Pushing my buttons. I'm not joking, he's pushing my buttons. He's a passive aggressive coward. I'm looking for the fucking words here. Here. 2 weeks ago. Do you think the description of the spirit of the to envy? No temptation. And then nobody liked it, see. Because it's about it. A lot of times it's about people don't like is what is really irking them. Okay. That's the point. I do practice, okay, I do post verses, and it's not some rule, it's something silly that like satanic filth in the satanic Hollywood, other lost fools like to say. It's like if you're a Christian posting words to be like, you're a hypocrite for this. There's nobody that's perfect, you fucking retards. You don't get saved by being perfect, and there's nobody's not a hypocrite. Meaning if you post a verse about anything, it's gonna be somehow you fall short of it. If it's talk about don't lie, there's no person that doesn't lie at least one time per year. So there's no words you can post that you won't contradict to some extent. So I do practice what I teach. I post about temptation. I do resist temptation all the time. They said that's how I was in the supermarket. I saw some candy there. I didn't go for it. So it's like pathetic. Okay. So yeah, Josh Paul is one of these. I do get targeted by celebrities sometimes. If I subscribe to a celebrity on Instagram and start checking out their social media or YouTube, start paying what see, that is also that is the truth. I do get targeted by major influencers and big time people. Treating people right is better than positive versus don't even practice. And this is narcissistic dog abuse tactics. Because I start checking out his Instagram, he's doing his little shield bitch boy move, passive aggressive, push my buttons. It's like the day after. Notice that within 24 hours of people come to my chat harassing me and I get mad. And then they go like, Mike, have you ever tried being nice to people? I go, no, you're gaslighting. The problem is not that I'm a meanie. It's I'm getting mad at people harassing me all the time. I'm a kind person. But I said, no, we need people to think Mike is a bad person. I don't give a shit, understand? So this guy is pushing my buttons. Treating people right is better than posters for don't even practice. Fuck you, bitch. Okay. I'm treating people right. And fighting bullies is not a person who doesn't treat people right. If you're being bullied all the time, bullies come to you all the time, and you get aggressive and fuck you, bully, that's not you not treating people right, see? You gaslighting bastard. Okay. I do curse in the name of the Lord, and I will pray that God will attack you physically. Okay. I do curse Josh Borden name. I pray that God will attack him physically. They will have a mental, physical health problem, an accident. They get hurt somehow. They get sick. He suffer reputation loss, financial loss. I pray that God will make him hurt within a month. Something negative will happen, and he will feel really bad about it. In the name of Lord Jesus Christ, pray, man. And God may or may not honor that. Okay. That's the point. Here's the point. Josh Paul is he's in the Illuminati. And he's posting a little passive aggressive because I start checking out his Instagram. I'm not joking, this is part of target. Because I'm a part of the system, the deep state. And they control actors. And they control Hollywood. And they control a lot of shit influencer. Which is why Penguin C starts targeting me. I do get targeted by people. If I subscribe to Penguin C, he starts targeting me. They're all people that target me. And this is designed to sound crazy. So they're targeting ways that are designed to sound crazy. We're talking about it. So I do get targeted by people, major YouTubers sometimes. I subscribe to a pastor Christian YouTube channel. Pastors start talking in his sermons sometimes. Passive aggressiveness. I'm not joking. That sounds good. You can't prove that it's not happening. You can't prove it's not happening. See? It's not like this guy put a chip in my brain. No, I'm saying they taught me with passive aggressiveness. Okay, but it's not impossible. Treating people right. Yeah, says an abusive dirtbag. Okay. Says an abusive, toxic dirtbag in satanic Hollywood, which is full of narcissists and psychopaths and people that they have to kiss ass of psychopaths to get ahead. And other people that have talent and looks, they can't make it home because you gotta fucking drink goat blood and sacrifice a baby or something like this. And take orders to abuse people and did shit to you because you get told like a good little bitch boy. Okay. Treating people right is better than positive or don't even practice. I do treat people right. Okay. Just because I'm mad at people talking all the time and stand up to bullies because I'm not a weak bitch. I do stand up to bullies. Doesn't mean that I'm an asshole. And you have to be real crazy because people see me show up in my streams and see me be mad and cuss and they think, oh, Mike is an angry person because they don't understand what I'm reacting to. I'm reacting to people fucking with me all the time. So it's like, I don't care about your opinion about me. I'm going to keep speaking the truth and it's going to have an effect. Treating people right is better than positive to your practice. Where's the next one?
Sober today, feel good.
Next one is about a guy going to a psych ward. And the next one is a sudden murder threat against me. I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
Going to the community hospital to get my sight, man.
And then the next one is a covert threat about, I've talked about they're going to get me in a psych ward. I talked about that before. It's like, when I got to psych, I was thinking possibly they'll take me out in here and hang me up and say I hang myself, so for this. So notice how it's covertly for satanic Hollywood communicating veiled murder threats. They're gonna take me out, make it look like a suicide. You think I'm scared of that bitch? I'm not a fearful cow like you are, boy. I'm not a fearful cow like you are, Josh Brolin. Now the beauty of these major people pissing me off is if I get angry, I want to rant about Josh Brolin. I should get more views if I make a rant about Josh Brolin this on any platform. Really. So anyway, here's the point. I do believe that this guy is covertly targeting me. Treating people right is better than posting verses only in practice. I do practice verses that I post. And it's not like some weird rule that's like, I can only post Bible verses that I practice perfectly or something like this. Oh, this guy's sober today, but he's going on his psych meds to the psych hospital or something like this. Psych meds. And then the next one is a subtle threat to that they're gonna to like hang me up or something. I'm not scared of that bitch.
Comes a pro, she's going to be slowly transitioning to that of a man. That is her choice, but I believe she's
I'm the worst nightmare of the deep state because I'm a high value, high status man who's attractive, multi-talented, extraordinarily intelligent, and all kinds of stuff. And I know things that no one knows. It's like they had to work real hard to try to sabotage me because they're weak, understand? They're weaker than I am. It's like they're pathetic. It's like a powerful individual, we had to have groups of people work to counter them. And yeah, I understand that I'm better than most people, and that makes you feel bad, and you have to cheat to win against me. And it's like, oh, this guy's crazy and paranoid and schizo. No, I just know the truth and I'm not to speak it. In a way where most guys are scared cowards. So I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna finish up.